king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they got one the name, but they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king. Make way for the big shots, big balls, big rings, big rocks, big bag, big moves, big cars, big man, big plan, get lost, we've been this wrong. Look at me now, you can't hold me down, so give me the crown. We're not the same, we're not the same, we're not the same, we run everything. We're not the same, we're not the same, they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another stream here live on Mustang Media. I'm Grant Knodel. Joining alongside me for this broadcast is Aaron Knodel, not Dan Wolf tonight.
No Dan Wolf.
He's out. But for tonight's matchup, we have Shanley versus Cheyenne Mustangs. Shanley coming off of 2 losses. Cheyenne coming off of 2 wins. Fairly evenly matched teams. Good shooting teams. Maybe not shown it yet like Mustangs, but hopefully they can get back on a roll. Hopefully the Mustangs can take these 2 wins as of late and kind of get back to what it was like last year around this time.
Yeah, thanks, Grant. So first of all, for all you viewers out there, Knodel combo here. We are not related, but I have always said you are my long-lost son. So no offense to Mike out there. I do claim him from time to time. So, this is going to be a great matchup here, the doubleheader today against the Shanley Deacons. These girls' programs are storied in those last few years. They've been pretty powerful, but both probably looking to get to that top-tier next step. So this is a really important kind of end of preseason, pre-Christmas kind of scenario where both teams are trying to establish themselves and move into that top tier. You said the Mustangs are coming in here 2-2. Shanley coming in 2-3. Cheyenne with wins over South and Devils Lake, and losses to really good teams in Mandan and Davies. Shanley, they're coming in 2-3 with wins over St. Mary's and Devils Lake, but losses to, again, good teams in Red River, West Fargo High School, and Davies. So neither of these teams has probably kind of beaten one of those top-tier teams yet. So this is a win that you're probably coming into and saying, we really want to get this if we want to establish ourselves in the next level.
So we look at our leading scorers for Cheyenne. Brenna Dick averaging 19 points a game. She's really been the catalyst for this offense. She's been the one that can shoot it, can drive, gets loose balls, gets rebounds. She's kind of their scorer.
Yeah, she's their motor. I mean, obviously 5th in the conference with 19 points per game scoring, but she also does other things. She's 5.5 rebounds a game, which is 18th in the conference. She's 2.0 assists per game, 18th in the conference. So she does a little bit of everything, but she doesn't do it without kind of complementary players next to her. One that I think is really important is Peyton Breidenbach. She's kind of the senior leader. Not gonna wow you with all the statistical stuff that Brenna might, but she really does a lot of things that are really crucial for their victories.
Maya Metcalf also averaging 10.5 points a game, 8.3 rebounds a game. Maya Metcalf, she's kind of like the interior presence, like the boys have Tommy Oneman.
Yeah, she does a little bit of inside-outside. She can shoot too, but 10.5 rebounds per game is or points per game is 15th in the conference. She's 6th in the conference in rebounding and 9th in the conference in offensive rebounds. So obviously she's a player you got to pay attention to, both inside and outside. Peyton Breidenbach, as we said, she's got 6.5 assists per game, and that ranks 3rd in the conference. That's a pretty tremendous stat, and that's what you want from your senior leader. So. Let's talk a little bit about keys to the game then, Grant.
So first key to the game starting off, do the little things right. Loose balls, hustle plays, get to the free throw line, steal a couple possessions, steal a couple points. Both these teams, phenomenal at the free throw line. Shanley shooting 70%, Cheyenne shooting 65%.
Yeah, that's 1st and 4th in the conference, and that's a good thing.
So if they can get to the line, steal a couple baskets, that's how you edge out your opponent.
And I think conversely, if you look at their field goal percentage, both teams probably would want to be shooting a little bit higher. Shanley at 32% and Cheyenne at 34%. So, if you're not shooting from the floor the way you want, that can often happen at the beginning of a season. The best way to manufacture points is get to the rim, get to the free throw line.
Also, extra passes, looking for the open man or woman in this case. trying to find, maybe not forcing a shot, but finding the open good shot, using all 30 seconds on the shot clock. Cheyenne, we see shooting 25% from 3. Maybe if we found the open woman, find using the extra pass to find the best shot, that'll, especially with a good Shanley defense, that'll open up the scoring.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if the Mustangs are still shooting 25% from 3 at the end of the year. That extra pass is one way that you get shooters hot. They did graduate a couple good 3-point shooters last year, and obviously they're trying to figure out how they can fill in some of that stuff. So 25%, they're probably going to want to get that going. And the last thing, I think, the last key to the game, I think, is important as well. If we can get that back up on the screen there, Jacob. I think one of the things that we all gotta be looking to is how do you turn the corner after Christmas break?
We saw it last year with this the same squad pretty much. After the Christmas break, after the new year, they got on a roll, and I don't know how many games it was they won in a row, but it was
great winning streak.
Basically from the new year to the EDC tournament. So
yeah, and we
said, really impressive.
You know, you and I talked before this. You know, this is you know, they were probably in a similar position about this time last year. So this is about when they turned the corner and got hot and made their run. You know, they have a lot of girls that were coming off the state title in volleyball, so there's a little bit of fatigue maybe going on there, and they maybe just a little bit of lackadaisical in their approach to start the season, expecting that, hey, we had a roll last year, we were really successful, let's take off the same way, and you got to do work, and that's and that's with it. You know, they're going to figure that out, and I'm sure Wing and Box going to get them going. So.
That pregame was, or that preseason kind of before the Christmas break, that was nice to kind of, I think towards the end of it, they kind of got the sense that, hey, yeah, we need to put in the same amount of work we did last year. We can't just roll through. So yeah, this will be an important matchup for both teams. Both are sitting with the 2 wins, like you said. So this is the really, I feel like the game that'll spark a run for both sides.
Yeah, just looking at some other statistics here, kind of breaking these down. Their scoring offense, the Mustangs are actually producing a lot of points, 71.5 points, 4th in the conference. Their scoring margin of victory is a plus 10.75. So even though they have those 2 losses, the 2 wins that they have were obviously pretty lopsided. Shanley, scoring offense, only 43 points a game. So that'll be interesting to see is if they're going to be able to kind of produce enough points in this game, or does, conversely, you know, the Deacons have been really good on defense. They're 4th in the conference in defense, only giving up 58 points. Cheyenne giving up 60 points. So they're 7th in the conference. So maybe it'll be a little bit of strength versus strength. Can the Mustangs offense, the speed, can they manufacture enough points to kind of get Shanley playing their tempo, or does Shanley kind of keep that scoring low? And that'll be interesting to look at as well.
So we'll take a break here for the national anthem. We'll take a short commercial break. We'll be back with some action right after that.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
I think what makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
Welcome back, everybody. That was our Essentia Health pregame show. Essentia Health is proud to be a premier partner of Mustang Media, working with Cheyenne High School to make a healthy difference in the lives of the students and families we are privileged to serve. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. So
we're going to get some starting lineups here. You know, one thing that we're going to be looking for, Grant, here too is when you're working with, you know, the early part of the season, players have to establish certain roles, and they got to fit into those roles, and it takes some time just getting used to. And so, you know, the Mustangs do have a lot of experienced players, but maybe asking them to play roles that they didn't have to experience last year. Obviously, Maya and Carson Sanders are probably playing pretty similar positions. Brenna actually came off the bench last year to be an all-conference player. So, conversely, you know, Shanley, they have some young players that are going to get a lot of playing time tonight. And so establishing kind of what role each of you plays in the kind of the mechanism of your offense is really critical.
I agree. So we'll see how this matchup is, comes out. Cheyenne, like you said, good shooting team. Shanley, good defensively. So what do you think is the major thing that these Cheyenne Mustangs have to do to out-edge this defense?
Well, one thing I think that gives the Mustangs an advantage here is that they're plus 9.3 in rebounds. When you're going to be plus 9 in a game on rebounds, that's going to win you a lot of extra possessions. They actually have a lot of good guard play that are rebounders too. Brenna, as we said, Peyton can rebound. You know, obviously you know what you're going to get with Carson Sanders and Maya Metcalf in the interior. If they can win the rebound battle, both on the offense and defensive glass, I think that poses a problem for the Deacons today.
Cheyenne with some size, but it's not only the size that can rebound. We have very good athletes overall in this whole squad. So I feel like that's something that edges out. That's might be why we get so many rebounds. Is you look at Breidenbach and Brenna Dick, they're just phenomenal athletes, quick, high motor, all that.
Oh yeah, and they're really kind of one-man fast break kind of scenario too. I was talking to Brenna's dad actually at the hockey game yesterday or 2 days ago, and I said, you know, what's amazing to me is not only that she gets the motor going, but that she can finish from the right and the left. I made a lot of jokes last year calling her games where, you know, it almost looked like she's a left-handed athlete. She likes to finish from the left side, and that's a pretty special skill to have in any level of high school basketball, but in particular in high school girls basketball.
So we're about to get underway here at Cheyenne High.
So starters for the Mustangs have been the typical starters all season. Caitlin Haas and Breidenbach and Brenna Dick are going to be kind of your guards, and then the size in the inside is Sanders and Metcalf. So I think we're going to see Hakeem jumping for Cheyenne, and she's having a pretty good year to start. So
starters for Shanley is Hakeem, Shorma, Dew. That is McNeely, I believe, and Stockmo.
Quick offensive rebound there for Sanders.
Breidenbach, Haas, Dick to Breidenbach. Cheyenne trying to work out their offense, trying to find an open look, like you said earlier, with the open pass. Dick on the wing. Breidenbach to Haas. Trying to look for Metcalf down low.
Not a lot happening here to get that ball into the interior. Most of the passes around the perimeter, so that's a deep three.
Just hard off back iron. Loose ball down low. It'll be a jump ball as Carson Sanders got tangled up there.
So that was 2 offensive rebounds in that sequence really for Carson Sanders. The second one results in an offensive or a jump ball. But really, honestly, probably a win for the Deacons defensively on that sequence. Ball just really moved around the perimeter, didn't get inside.
Couldn't really find much to do. As McNeely brings it up, passes to Shorma on the wing. Dew up top from 3. And she hits that. Aubrey Dew with the first points of the game. That'll put Shanley up by 3.
Well, we talked a little bit about both teams wanting to shoot well. Cheyenne, 25% from three-point land, but actually Shanley only 23%. So you hit that first one, that's got to feel good.
Get on a roll early. Dick passes down to Metcalf. Metcalf back out to Dick. Breidenbach from 3. Just off. Rebound, Shanley.
Good creation there by Brenna Dick to kick it out to Breidenbach. She had a nice look top of the key, just missed a little bit.
McNeely passes to Dew. Gets a screen. Drives in, puts up a floater, and that falls through.
Good attack into the interior of the lane, gets the points. Good start for the Deacons.
Finds Dick down low, puts up a shot, and that's good.
Great flash into the interior, hands up. Brenna Dick open from about 7-8 feet. Nice touch there at the front of the rim and gets the bucket to drop.
Dew gets the ball in the wing, another screen. Good defense there by Maya Metcalf, forces the turnover. Haas passes it up to Dick.
There's that left hand. She goes
Puts
to her
up
right.
another floater, and that's just off. Rebound to Keem.
Second time there, Brenna Dick came from that corner and was able to attack into the interior of the lane. We'll see if that continues to happen tonight. Steal there.
Oh, ball's fumbled around a bit. Shanley gets possession as Shorma shoots from 3, and she hits it.
I don't know about you, Grant, but usually if there's a loose ball that ends up kicking free where you thought it was going to go the other direction, I bet 3-point percentage goes up about twice as much. Good hit there for the Deacons, able to take an 8-2 advantage.
Metcalf gets the ball down low. Finds Carson Sanders cutting. She puts up a shot. That's just off with her left. Couldn't connect with her left hand.
That's the third time the Mustangs have come from that right corner and find a way to get into the lane, but they were only to hit one of them.
Hakeem finds.
Good post move there.
Sockmo with the basket. Finds Brenna Dick in transition, puts up a shot. She's fouled and one. Brenna Dick will go to the line to shoot. Good finish there by Brenna Dick. Like you said, that high motor, high tempo, transition style breakaway basketball.
Well, Deacons have to feel good about the start, though. They've hit from inside. They've hit from outside. They were able to post up, on the last one there. Stockman was able to get at point-blank range and put that one in. So the Mustangs able to get the three-point play there out of Brenna Dick, but great start here for the Deacons.
Brooke Johnson, Hannah Herford, and Holder checking in for the Mustangs. Dew on the wing, pass it down, Stockmo, back out to Hakeem. Stockmo down low, puts up a shot, that's no good. Rebound Brenna Dick. Ball goes off.
Yeah.
Yep, ball goes off Shanley. It'll be Cheyenne's ball.
And you can see when Brenna Dick gets the rebound, she's just ready to go and see if she can kind of create numbers and opportunities for herself or her teammates. And good job, Shanley, stopping it.
Brenna Dick gets a screen from Metcalf. Back to Metcalf.
Right now, not a lot of screening in the interior or anything that's kind of opened things up as that one gets picked.
Pass taken away by Aubrey Dew. That's McNeely bringing the ball up. Kicks out Shorma, but that pass is tipped off Brenna Dick. It'll stay Shanley's ball.
Interesting to see the Mustangs right now with 14 minutes to go in the first half. Really content with moving the ball kind of passively around the perimeter. I'm going to guess at some point Coach Wingenbach's going to ask them to get a little bit more aggressive. They're able to drive and get through to where they want, but maybe a few passes up top just look a little casual.
Nora Roney checking in for the Shanley Deacons for Maggie Shorma. Pass moved around. Out to McNeely. See Stockmo trying to find real estate down low, couldn't.
Oof.
That shot's off, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, I think they're going to say it didn't touch iron, and fortunate for the Mustangs because the offensive rebound was on the other side, ready to be put back up. So good defensive sequence there for the Mustangs, getting Deacons to turn it over.
Brenna Dick bringing the ball up, gets a screen, kicks out to Brooke Johnson. Holder from 3, and she hits it.
Great shot there from the top from Holder. That was that swing pass that kind of created it. She had the two-man game up top where she got the screen and picked the pop to the top and hit the 3. Nice shot.
Stockmo finds Hakeem down low. Good post move and the 2 points. See early, Shanley trying to establish the paint with Stockmo and Hakeem down low.
That's a great post move. Clearing with the body, able to kind of get her body back, moving away from the hoop a little bit. That clears the defender, and she's able to put that one in.
Brenna Dick gets the ball, kicks out to Johnson. Johnson to Herford. Herford drives in. Contact, no call. Ball's fumbled around a bit. Shanley gets the ball. McNeely bringing the ball up. Finds Hakeem under the basket.
That one hits the bottom of the backboard.
Stockmo drives in with the left hand. That shot's off. Rebounded Holder. Kicks it to Benedict. Benedict drives, puts up a shot with the right hand and a finish. 2 points for Benedict as Coach Wingenbach takes a timeout. 10-12, Cheyenne leads with 12:29. We'll take a short break for this timeout.
Hi, I'm TJ Yoshi here at Marvin headquarters in Warroad, Minnesota. The Lake Town way of life is appealing to so many people.
We've got a thriving school system, coffee shops, breweries, restaurants, and hockey is the hub of our community. We're probably the last place left in Minnesota where hockey is actually free.
The way Marvin supports the town supports Marvin is awesome.
There's opportunities for you, work hard, self-educate. The sky's the limit here at Marvin.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Cheyenne is down 10-12 with 12:29 left to go in the first half. We'd like to quickly thank Bell Bank Mortgage. Bell Bank Mortgage is proud to support West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. Rates are great, so if you're considering moving up or maybe even becoming a homeowner for the first time, talk to the experts at Bell. We'll help you make home happen. Bell Bank Mortgage, equal housing lender. Go Mustangs.
I think the surprise for me, Grant, so far in this game is the efficiency at which the Deacons are scoring on the offensive side. Right now, you know, the Deacons don't have a single player on their team that is in the top 20 in scoring in the conference. So to be able to put up points that quickly against this Mustangs defense, good job so far by the Deacons.
Shanley shooting 63% from the field, just 5 of 8 early on. Sakeen gets the ball. Shoreham up top, pass to McNeely. Shanley's trying to set something up. Shoreham gets the ball. As you can really see, Keem battling for possession. She's fronted by Carson Sanders, but kicks it out to McNeely. McNeely from 3, and she hits it. Shanley trying to find it down low, and Cheyenne tries to surround down low as Sanders takes a shot, and that's off. But yeah, they're really trying to get it down low, and they get the easy kickouts because of that, because of Cheyenne crashing.
Geez, if they hit this one, oh man,
Shoreham up from deep.
Tonight. This is an impressive shooting display here by the Deacons, just hitting 1 3 after another. Mustangs are going to maybe have to
find there by Hannah Herford as Brooke Johnson gets the easy layup underneath.
Good screen, sets that up. Johnson with the bucket. Yeah, Mustangs are going to have to consider changing something defensively here because.
Oh.
Hey, great job there, Breidenbach.
McNeely shoves Breidenbach out of bounds. That'll be a foul on number 12, McNeely.
Breidenbach comes up a little bit, grabbing her knee just a little bit. Probably landed a little bit harder than she wanted to, but great defensive play and forces the Deacons to foul after the turnover. So, well, this is going to be an interesting offensive sequence if we get to keep 6 of the players out there, but no, I guess not. So there's going to be a quick timeout here for the Deacons. With that, we'll take a quick timeout as well.
Welcome back here at Cheyenne High. Mustangs still trail in this one, 12-18. Shanley shooting tremendous early on in this game. Not necessarily expected from the stats, but coming off of this Christmas break, a lot of time to practice. They're in a groove right now.
You got practice time, you got New Year's resolutions. You say, hey, we were shooting 23%. My New Year's resolution, we're going to shoot 75%. So far, so good.
So we got it figured out. Cheyenne can only keep 5 on the court this time.
Yep, I guess that's why Shanley had to take the timeout.
Matchup issues there.
Didn't know how they wanted to zone that, so little 2-person game. Good move.
Good find there. Dick can't get it to fall with the left hand.
I think if you were going to watch that in film and Brenna might see that, she'd actually just posted up 2 feet too high and had no angle.
Shorma
and there
again.
It is.
Shanley is just shooting lights out early on.
That is impressive.
Benedict to Haas.
Not a lot of touches early in this game for Maya Metcalf, senior leader. Let's see if she can get something going here. Little screen and roll play, but nothing going.
Good defense here by Shanley early on. Finds Sanders down low. Sanders posts up with the right hand, and it gets to fall. Good move there by Carson Sanders.
Great job by Carson Sanders. She gets the ball at kind of the elbow, and one quick drop step down the lane, finds the angle she needs, and finishes the layup. Good move.
Dew drives in. Foul. That'll be on the ground.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Haas, I think she had her hand on the top of the ball for a while, but she was using her right hand, and so it was probably the wrong hand if you're going to get the tie-up. You're reaching across the body, and officials saw that wrong arm being there and blew the whistle.
Cora Metcalf checks in for her older sister, Maya. As Shorman drives in, puts up a jumper, doesn't hit anything, rebounded by Metcalf. Brenna Dick in transition, goes up with that left hand, doesn't get it to fall, but great rebound by Cora Metcalf.
And good job establishing with the basketball, too. She catches the rebound, doesn't bring it back down. That's usually when you get tied up. And
good find down low. Sanders puts it up with the left hand and gets it to fall.
So that's back-to-back buckets there by Sanders. One on the right side, one on the left. Mustangs down 5 now. Another three-point look.
That's off. Sanders with the rebound. Breidenbach in transition. Drives in. Tied up there, but kicks out to Brenna Dick.
Good strength there for Breidenbach, not losing that one.
Haas in the corner, gets a screen, drives in, puts a one up with the right hand. That doesn't get to fall. Rebounded Hakeem. Pass to Shorma. Pass is tipped around a bit. Recovered by Cheyenne.
No numbers there. Let's see if we can get it out. We do.
Breidenbach from 3.
Oh,
that's just off. Good look.
Kind of wanted to have that one drop for Breidenbach. She got the steal, created the offense on that side.
Looks like ball was thrown off a bit by Caitlin Haas, so that'll be Shanley's ball.
Down 5 here with 9:17 to go. Really, on the offensive side, the Mustangs have been pretty good. It's just that the Deacons' shooting has been tremendous.
Defensively, they've been fairly stout, too. It's just Shanley's just shooting lights out from deep. As that pass is tipped around a bit, recovered by the Mustangs. Breidenbach, good find down low. Kicks it out to Haas. Haas shoots from 3. That's off.
Good find there by Metcalf. Got that extra pass we talked about in the pregame, but Haas unable to connect.
Shorman has the ball. Kicks it out to McNeely, or Roney, excuse me. Shot clock on below 10. Stockmo puts it up with the right hand, gets it to fall.
Good move there. She kind of leaned in with her right shoulder, came back to her left, and by that point, Cora was leaning the wrong direction on defense.
Haas's 3's off. Rebound taken in by Shorma. Pass it out to Roney. Roney, good move, good spin. Good find to Stockmo. Stockmo can't convert.
Great pass. And then she gets back in. Offensive rebound, but ball comes out. Now it's Brenna Dick.
Jump shot off. Maybe that's not the best shot in transition, but that's a foul on the floor on the Deacons.
That's a great offensive rebound there by Cora Metcalf because she really didn't even have position. She was able to steal that one away, and
Metcalf, Holder, Johnson, and Hereford in for the Mustangs.
Mustangs down 7 here with 8 minutes to go.
Maybe in transition, Brenna Dick could have looked for a better option, but good rebound and good find there from Hereford to Dick.
Not a very complicated out-of-bounds play there.
Nope.
Brenna Dick just leans right, goes back up the left side, and finishes with the left-handed layup.
Roney showing off the ball handling skills. Drive in there. Pass is tipped by Hereford.
Yeah.
Holder gets it in transition. Back to Hereford. Hereford back out to Metcalf. Metcalf from 3. Short.
Shooting woes for the Mustangs from the three-point line are still kind of what we had talked about in pregame. Were they going to find a way to get a little bit hotter? We know they're a good shooting team. This is in my estimation, this is a little bit of an anomaly knowing what these girls can actually do from the three-point line. We're just not seeing them do it with the proficiency we'd expect.
Hakeem and Dew back in the game for the Shanley Deacons. Dew just in and out, rebounded by Brenna Dick. Knocked around a bit. She keeps possession. So early on, a fairly physical game here. As Metcalf gets it down low, kicks out to Hereford. drives in, goes up with the right hand. She's fouled. She'll go to line shoot too.
Good move there by Hereford. She could have shot the open three, and I'm glad she didn't. One of the things that you do to actually make yourself a better three-point shooting team is pass up the first three and go to the rim. And you know, she could have shot that one. She's going to have an opportunity at the line.
Yeah, we see Davies doing a tremendous job with that, especially on the boys' side. They drive. Dan, like, for example, Dan York get the ball, drive in, easy kick out to Raymond Brown in three. They force the defense to collapse inside to get the open look outside.
Yeah, I usually tell basketball players there's nothing that makes you a better shooter than getting the ball passed directly out to you at the three-point line. A swing pass where you have to catch the ball and rotate your shoulders, or even just dribbling into the line. As long as your feet are jumping forward, much better opportunity to hit shots. So even that shot, again, talking about what Hereford had at the top, a swing pass isn't as easy to hit that three as a kick out from you know, the interior passing. And so that's okay to keep looking that way.
Metcalf kicks it out to Johnson. Cross-court pass to Holder. Dick at the top of the key, drives in, left side, kicks out to Hereford.
And that's
Hereford from three.
That's the kind of kick out you want, though.
Contested shot just off. Rebounded by Shanley. Dude drives in, top side of the screen. Her shot's off.
Good distraction there by Maya Metcalf, and she doesn't commit the foul, so great defense. Pushing it up ahead was maybe a little too hot off the handle there from Hereford.
Right idea, though. That'll go out of bounds. Shanley's ball. 23-20, 6:21 left to play in the first half. So the lead's down to 3. Cheyenne's done a better job on defensively. It doesn't seem as like Shanley's can get as much going as they playing maybe a little more aggressive defense. There's good find there by Stockmo to Hakeem. Hakeem goes up with the left hand and drills it.
Yeah, I think Holder got kind of caught the wrong direction, and she was chasing the cutter. Generally, the rule of thumb is you don't want to chase cutters. You got to keep that butt to the basket and slide back with them, and Hakeem made her pay.
Ball's tipped out. Fouled on Stockmo. 4 new Mustangs checking in. Oh, maybe not.
We'll see if I think it's not a shooting foul. So
4 new Mustangs checking in. Sanders, Breidenbach, Haas, and Metcalf.
I think the table just said, hey, hold on. Let me get this into the book before you jump in here. Give us some time. Chad Anderson out there reffing. He's our tennis coach.
Metcalf finds Breidenbach underneath, kicks out to Sanders. Sanders from 3. That's off, back iron. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it to Metcalf. Good move there by Breidenbach. Puts it up with the left hand. Contested, won't get it to fall. Good defense there by Breidenbach as Metcalf goes up for the easy layup.
Hey, we talked in pregame, you do those little things. That's just a hustle play there by Breidenbach, knocking it free, getting Maya Metcalf her first bucket of the night.
Shorma shoots from 3, and that's off back iron. Rebounded, though, offensively on Hakeem. Be a foul on Breidenbach.
Those are tough when you're, Cora Metcalf did everything that she was probably supposed to do, except maybe getting a little bit more physical on the rebound. That's just a long rebound. Deacon's fortunate that it comes hard off the iron and able to get another possession.
Shorma lead pass to Hakeem.
Good defensive recovery there by Sanders.
Stockmo has it. Fairly good defense again, trying to front Hakeem by Sanders. His pass thrown away, but recovered by Shanley. That'll be Megan Dietz fouled on the play.
Breidenbach says, oh man, how did I not get that ball there? Puts her hands over her mouth like, gosh, should have had that one. And
Brenna Dick checking in for Peyton Breidenbach.
That's Breidenbach's second foul, so she's not in any dire straits at this point. But
ooh. Benedict hits the ground hard. As Aubrey Dew's fouled, she'll get a line to shoot too. Didn't see exactly what happened, but heard the thud.
Yeah, the little bit of contact on the screens off the out of bounds play. I think her feet just got tangled up and she kind of lost her balance. And
so early on, Mustangs using quite a few players like we've seen in earlier games. Already now 9 deep on the bench.
We did talk about the proficiency at the free throw line for the Deacons. I probably cursed them in the pregame. But they haven't been able to get to the free throw line the way that maybe they would want.
No
okay,
shot.
So they're going to say The Deacons got in first, and therefore
had a little pump fake going
violation.
there. Can't do that on a free throw. Benedict finds Metcalf down low. Oh, good move there. Out-muscled her, but that shot's off. In transition, Shanley, Stockmo. Drives in with her left hand, up and under, and she gets that to fall. So 22-27, 4:13 left to go. Shanley up.
Looks like that the Deacons are content with doing a little high-low action with Stockmo and Hakeem, and it's working. I think that might be a bonus free throw finally here for the Mustangs. So we did talk. Hey, if you're having a hard time, oh, that was the 6th-team foul, not the 7th.
Roney checks in for Dew.
So if you're 4 minutes to go, now you really want to get aggressive, see if you can get to the free throw line and finish out this half there. Nice pass.
Good find. Oh, just can't get it to fall. Roney in transition. Dick to chase. Good defense by Brenna Dick. His rebound comes out to Carson Sanders, but thrown away. Finds Hakeem down low. Goes in and gets the 2 points.
Great hustle play there by the Deacons.
Really good defense, though, on the transition by Brenna Dick. Good rebound by Carson Sanders. Kind of just fell down, it looked like, maybe a little bit. And as a whole, good move there by Metcalf. She can't get to that fall, but thrown away a little bit by Carson Sanders early on.
Good screen there by the other Metcalf, the younger Metcalf.
The taller Metcalf. Oh. Look, Maya Metcalf fell down there.
Shoe got out from underneath her, and ball went away.
Shorma from 3 again, and she gets that to fall.
Shorma's having a great shooting night.
Maggie Shorma having 3 or 4 early threes early on in this game, really helping the Shanley Deacons to get out to a 10-point lead in this first half. Haas kicks to Dick. Dick drives in, puts the floater up with her left hand. That's not going to go. So early on, it seems like these Mustangs early on getting good shots, getting good opportunities. Seems right now they're maybe not panicking a little bit, but forcing a little more than they need to.
Probably a little bit of frustration setting in here. Obviously, down 10 to the Deacons is not probably what they expected, and only scoring 22 points. Again, the story of the night so far is that the Deacons are just shooting a tremendously high three-point percentage, and that's giving them the 10-point advantage.
And it's not that these, as you see, good defense there. It's not like Cheyenne's not playing good defense. Just they're just getting everything to fall. As Hereford shoots from 3, that's off. Rebounded by Brooke Johnson. It kicks out to Metcalf. Metcalf from 3, off again from 3. Another offensive rebound as Brenna Dick puts it in. As Coach Kenyon Wingenbach takes a timeout.
And you could see Wingenbach giving it to the officials a little bit, especially after their star point guard, Brenna Dick, goes down really hard. Both players actually were laying on the floor for quite a bit, and you still see Wingenbach talking a little bit to the officials, saying, hey, you know, I can't have that kind of contact without a whistle. And we did say with 4 minutes to go, one of the things you want your offensive players to do is get to that free throw line. And so I think that's something that, you know, probably to the Mustangs' advantage.
Yep. So early on, Mustangs are down 32-24. As you see, referees still talking with Wingenbach. Breaks the huddle. That was referee Chad Anderson and Coach Kenyon Wingenbach going at it.
Well, and obviously, you know, Wingenbach, he's a calm, cool, collected guy. He's passionate, of course. But, you know, he probably wants to protect his players.
Yes.
He wants to make sure that there aren't this game doesn't get so physical where you see people flopping around.
It's been a pretty physical game early on, like you said, yeah.
Yeah. So 8-point advantage here for the Deacons with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first half.
Roney gets the ball off the inbound. Dribbles up. Kicks it to Holstein. Dietz. His Dietz ball is taken away. Transition. Maya Metcalf goes up with the right hand, and it falls. So it cuts the lead down to 6.
If the Mustangs can make a little mini run here and then look like they almost had that stolen. That's like about the 3rd time where I think the Mustang players come in with the wrong hand, and if they poke it out with the closer hand, they probably don't get that foul, and so now that's the 15th foul for the Mustangs.
Shorman inbound, kicks it to Keem.
Great
Good
job.
defense again. Mustangs early on have been very active defensively, trying to go for those loose balls, tip passes, rebounds, all that.
Right, she's been tremendous in the passing lane where she might get a little bit, there she is again.
There she is again.
Where she might get a little bit better is if her eyesight gets a little bit toward ball man hoop, you know, and she actually sees that ball. She's standing right there for the pick.
Cheyenne playing aggressive, tight defense as Brony's shots off, rebounded by Holder.
Good rebound there.
Benedict drives up, kicks it to Metcalf. Metcalf out to Herford. Herford drives in, goes up with the right hand, and she gets that floater to fall. So yeah, that drive right there, passed good, passed quickly, didn't take a ton of dribbles, and was able to able to get the easy 2 points by driving. So
well, now it's only a 4-point advantage. It was, you know, a 6-point run here for the Mustangs. If they can close this thing up and turn this into a near tie, that's with the way the Deacons have shot in the first half, that's got to feel pretty good. And there's another bucket.
Brenna Dick must be leading these Cheyenne Mustangs in scoring. She gets another 2 to fall.
Just an attack at the rim, and she jumps that one. Good help by Metcalf, though, and see if the Mustangs can secure that rebound. I think they're going to say that one's going to be, well, they're going to talk it over.
That'll be Cheyenne's ball, yep.
I actually couldn't tell. I didn't know which way that was going to go, but now 47 seconds to go, down 2.
Benedict brings the ball up, gets a screen from Holder. Top of the key, kicks down to Metcalf. Bumped a bit, ball's loose. Rebound, though, or taken back in by the Mustangs. Benedict shots off.
Shot clock still on, about a 1-second differential here, so the Deacons could effectively hold this thing for near the end of the half, but they're not gonna.
As Deach shots off hard.
And with 15 seconds to go, the Mustangs are gonna have an opportunity to tie or take the lead.
Benedict gets a screen, drives in, puts it up with her left hand. She's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Smart play there by Benedict. Saw the open lane. Instead of taking the fairly contested 3, drives in with the left hand.
You know, they say this about football. They say this about about basketball. The last 2 minutes of how you finish each half really kind of determines the success of your team. And right now, the Mustangs are proving a little bit of mettle. They're tough. If they're able to get into the halftime locker room with this game tied and both free throws, that's a little bit of a win for the Mustangs, considering how the Deacons have shot it.
Shorma puts up a shot. That's no good. So the half will end 32-32. Shanley jumped out to an early lead early on in this first half, but the Mustangs quickly closed that in the last 2 minutes, like you said. So it's 32-32. We'll take a short break and be back with some halftime
analysis.
Yeah.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Touchmark at Harwood Groves is located in South Fargo, North Dakota, on a 14-acre garden-like setting, and we have everything from cottages to apartments, a health club, activities. We tend to take groups of residents out downtown, which is just a very vibrant and growing community. The easiest way I can say it is we are going to treat our residents the way that we would treat our best friends. That's what it feels like, and that's what I love about my job. It feels like a family.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I work at Marvin. So my team implements technology in manufacturing, so I quickly became really impressed with manufacturing as a setting for engineering. For an engineer, it's kind of a playground. Here at Marvin, specifically in the signature group like we are in Grafton, it is high volume, high option, meaning you have to make a lot of product, but it's always different. I never expected finding a great job like this kind of out here in a small town. Come work at Marvin. It's a great place to work.
There is no off-season for greatness. You do what it takes to stay in the game. And so do we. Our commitment is to keep you moving forward. Essentia Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. Like nowhere else.
At Touchmark, we really take an input from both the community, our residents, and also our team members.
And there's something for everybody. It runs the gamut. You have the freedom to participate or not, as you choose.
I personally like to play bridge. I like their book club, all the concerts that they have, the music almost every day. We like everything that's here.
And you find it here.
Every day is a different day. It's really about developing programming that is meaningful and beneficial for everyone.
I chose a career in manufacturing because I wanted to come into work and not be at a desk all day. So with my role, I get to be out on the floor and working with other people and then come back to my desk and try and solve some of the problems that they're facing.
When people look at a manufacturing plant, they mostly just see line work. But there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that allows you to explore different kinds of network interfaces or problem-solving situations. There's machines and computers and human interface devices that are constantly being innovated into a manufacturing workplace.
The best days at work are when you get to solve the problem or when you finally get that aha moment and you know, okay, like this is gonna be it, like this is what we've been thinking about, this is what we've been hoping for.
Knowing that I'm a part of building something very unique and important, that just makes me very proud.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half. The Mustangs and the Deacons are tied at 32 all. But first, Mustang fans, we want to take the time to thank Apex Engineering Group, who helps make this broadcast possible. At Apex, we build confidence before we build anything. Find out more at apexenggroup.com. So yeah, as we look at the first half stats here for the Mustangs, we have Brenna Dick, like we thought, leading the scoring here for the Cheyenne Mustangs. She has 15. Holder with 3, Hereford with 4, Sanders with 4, and Johnson with 2, Metcalf with 4. So fairly, the Mustangs aren't getting it as involved as they have previously. With Brenna Dick already out to 15 points early in the first half. But
I mean, they did have 7 people in the scorebook.
But
so
yes,
that
they
alone
had
is
7
pretty
people
good.
in their scorebooks and 9 playing. So yeah, like 7. So Mustangs have been doing good on offense, good on defense. As we look at Shanley, On the other hand, Maggie Shorma already with 4 threes.
Yeah, so we have Dew coming in with, she got 7 points here with a 3-pointer. McNeely's got a 3-pointer. That's her only bucket. Hakeem with 6 points. But it's Shorma, I think, that's kind of surprised everybody. 4 threes in the first half. And Stockmo with 6 points. So, you know, like they got 6 people in the book, but I think the difference in this game thus far is the 3-point shooting proficiency. And the Mustangs are struggling from the 3-point line. And really, honestly, the Deacons are shooting lights out.
Exactly.
All that said, Grant, it's 32-32.
It's 32-32. Quick run in the last 2 minutes by the Cheyenne Mustangs. Got this game back within 2 points, and then Brenedict being able to make those 2 free throws at the end to tie it up. Cheyenne was down early, 10 points at 1/2 in this first half, but
yeah, really no player from the Deacons in foul trouble. A couple of people with 2. Dew has 2. McNeely has 2. Dietz has 2. But, you know, really nobody that's going to kind of lose minutes early unless we see something.
For either team.
Yeah. And so really what the Mustangs have done well in the first half that kept them in it is we talked about they won some loose balls. They got to the rim a little bit better than the Deacons did. The Deacons are running a pretty nice high-low game with their interior players, both Hakeem and was it Stockmo?
Yep.
Kind of doing a pretty good job at the high-low post.
And maybe that was one of the reasons Shanley was getting such open looks is 2 people down low, everybody crashes. Like we said earlier, easy kick out to the 3. And like you said, kick out, easier pass to shoot than a swing pass.
Yeah, and right now for the Mustangs, it's really their guard play that's kept them in it. They've created some steals. They've gotten to the rim, especially from that right corner. They've been able to attack from both right and left side. If the Mustangs hit a few threes in this second half, I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to pull out a victory today. But hey, if the Deacons come shooting the way they did to start this first half, we may very well see a game right down to the end.
An unexpected shooting performance by this Shanley team is they're only shooting around, 25% from
just under 25%.
Just under 25%.
So, yeah, a great job from them.
So to start this second half, Shanley will get the ball. Dew on the wing. Finds Hakeem. Looking inside again, Stockmo. Puts it up, shots off, rebounded by the Mustangs. Carson Sanders doing a phenomenal job on the board early on. Her and Brenedict, as Brenedict's shot falls 34-32. So,
man, I don't even know.
Was that the first?
Grant, was that the first lead by the Mustangs?
I think it might be.
Mustangs looking at pressure here at the top.
Good defense by Breidenbach. Nearly past the Shorma. Gets a screen. Set things up. She drives in left side. She's fouled on the floor.
I can't tell if they got Haas on that one or if they get Breidenbach.
Cheyenne fouls on the 2, Caitlin Haas.
That's a tough one for Haas, too. You feel the screen coming to your left, and then the player jabs you.
Number 15, Brooke Johnson.
So she just, that first step just got beat a little bit, and that'll be her 3rd foul, and she's going to go to the bench. So we said nobody was in real foul trouble. Well, that's the first person that's going to have to sit for 3.
Good drive by Dew. Can't get that fall, though. Rebound by Brenedict. She tripped up a little bit. That'll be a foul.
That's the second time that Breidenbach has gone down hard. A little slow to get up. She's a tough player. Barnett State commit. I think she's the kind of player that's going to run through a brick wall. So she's going to fight through even if it doesn't feel good.
That's McNeely's 3rd foul. Breidenbach shoots from deep, and that's off.
Nice rotation on that shot. That's the second one that she really looked real good off the hand. She just didn't drop.
Yep. Cheyenne only getting 1 3-pointer to fall. That's from Elena Holder as Dew tries to find a team inside. The pass tip by Carson Sanders.
Mustangs guards getting their hands in the passing lane. You can see Rick over the left.
Both shots not able to fall for the Mustangs.
Well, and you're not shooting good from 3-point land Grant, if you can get offensive rebounds,
Shanley
and get
foul number
back to the
32,
free
Randy
throw line,
Shorma.
get a couple
First
more
personal,
possessions,
second
Sanders
team foul.
and
Maya Metcalf from the line for the Mustangs, shooting 2.
Metcalf's first shot bounces around a bit, doesn't fall.
Intermission number 4. Nora Rooney.
A little bit. She's just getting frustrated that the ball's not falling the way that she wants to, and but she's a heck of a player. Another college commit. She's committing over to Moorhead State.
Yep. Second shot goes.
And you can see why Moorhead State likes her. The shot, the way she spins the basketball from that mid-range and even from the three-point line. That's pretty rare of a player her size. So.
Kicks it out. Baroni. Shanley swinging the ball around. And gets the ball passed down to Shorma. Snap to drive in. Shanley looking the ball around the perimeter. Kicks out. McNeely's shot. Falls! What a circus shot. She didn't even realize. She was surprised by that one.
You know, the great defensive sequence by the Mustangs. And McNeely's able to put that one in. She puts her hand over her mouth like, look what I just did. I didn't mean to do that. But hey, you made it with 1 second left on the shot clock. Kudos to you.
Cheyenne pressing a bit. Shanley needs to get involved. Oh, timeout. Shanley is almost 8 seconds call there.
That's Steve Jacobson with the timeout. With that, we're going to take a quick break as well.
Mustang fans, we want to thank Essentia Health for being the proud partner of our Cheyenne High School's Mustang media team and this broadcast. Essentia Health, care close to home.
Take a look at the shot clock, Grant. There is 21 seconds on the shot clock. That means Jacobson was counting in his head and watching that shot clock because 1 more second would have been a turnover. As is, they'll get to reset that and have 10 more seconds across the midline.
Good press early on by Mustang in the second half. They jump out to a 35-34 lead.
That's another one. Metcalf getting in the passing lane with the wrong hand. She pokes it out with the right hand. That's going to go out of bounds. She pokes it with her left hand. That thing drops right below her feet, and you get the steal. So doing a great job in the passing lane, just not with the right hand.
On the wing. Finds the team down low. Good pass. Kicks it up to Shorma. Shorma from 3. That's her. Oh, that's not her first miss.
Might have been.
I think it seems like it.
She does have the 4 threes already. She's been spectacular. A couple bumps there by Carson Sanders.
Always the team on that one.
Early on in Carson Sanders, first personal, second team foul.
Hey, you know, I don't mind that foul there by Carson Sanders. Hakeem was able to get to the block, and Sanders said, no, that's mine. Great pass.
Pass bobbled a bit.
That foul, I don't like so much. I don't know that foul. So 2 quick fouls there by Carson Sanders after.
Showing foul number 14, Carson Sanders,
great
second
interior passing by
personal,
the
third team foul.
And that is
him at the line, shooting 1.
Good pass there by, who was that?
I missed who made the pass there over to Hakeem on the block.
So Breidenbach at the top of the key. Works the ball inside Metcalf. Metcalf fouled.
You can see the approach here by Shanley is once the ball does touch the hands of the
Shanley foul number 20, rescue on him, first personal.
Double. I don't know if that was an adjustment made because they're hitting right now, or if that's just something that they decided they were going to do before. Swing pass here.
Finds Metcalf down low. Puts up a shot. That's in and out, but Sanders gets the rebound, puts it up. She'll go to line shoot there.
That's that extra possession there. And that double comes quick. Carson Sanders was able to go grab that thing.
Their first shots off back iron. No good.
As we see Jacobson,
number 23, making beats, checking in for the Cheyenne Deacons. As Carson Sanders gets her second shot to fall, 36-36, tied up, 14:35 left to go in the second half.
One thing to watch as this half transpires is we have a few more teammates. We see another three.
Finally continue to see lights out on the second
Beats is a 6'1" freshman. So that's a promising
jump ball there.
Promising young player there. She's got one that'll fight you on the floor.
Yeah.
She'll go get that ball. She's just tough.
Trying to get the ball back. Flying buck up top. It's up to Benedict. Benedict from the corner shoots, and she nails it. 39-39. So 3 for 3 answer there by Benedict.
Last possession, I was saying one thing to watch for is team fouls. 4 fouls already for the Deacons, 3 for the Mustangs. These are both teams that are proficient at the free throw line, so the ball gets poked out of bounds by Shanley. So if this does come down to a free throw battle, who's going to get there first and who's going to get there more often? With 13:48 to go, a couple of quick fouls in this second half could change the outcome of this game.
Working the ball around the perimeter. Maybe broadcast that pass a little bit. The ball's tipped. It'll be a foul.
Not a lot of spacing there. I think Brennan would take that one back.
Foul.
Silly stop one for Deacons.
Picked up 3 already in this half. About 5 minutes. So.
And Herford and Elena Holder are in for the Mustangs.
Excuse me, Metcalf and Holder checking in. Kind of hard when there's 2 Metcalfs.
Rather have 2 Metcalfs on the floor than 2 Canodals.
Yeah, that's certainly true.
Good rebound there.
Good defense.
Off the outside. Nice little trap there by the defense.
That is the nice thing when you have 2 Metcalfs well over 6 foot on this team. Carson Sanders well over 6 foot. Oh, that pass goes out of bounds, tipped off the hands of Maya Metcalf. It'll be Shanley's ball.
We talked about the rebound advantage that the Mustangs would have, and they are showing it right now. Even second chance opportunities, but Shanley does have 6 feet tall in their roster, so it's not that they're a small team. The Mustangs just especially with Metcalf. Great steal there.
Great steal. Really goes up with the left hand. She gets it to fall.
Good boost there. That slow kind of last step. Nice job of keeping the defender at her back, and she's able to finish with the left.
Good steal starting off that drive by Roney. Mustangs swinging the ball around, finds Metcalf. Metcalf to Metcalf, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot too.
Good job of the Mustangs recognizing that the Deacons were sitting in the 2-3 zone. We had the high post flash. As soon as that ball went into the high post,
Second personal, 5th team foul. At the line for the Mustangs is Maya Metcalf shooting 2.
Defender was able to turn around and see the ball at the high post. She couldn't see Metcalf sliding behind her. Turns into a nice little interior pass. Metcalf gets her to the free throw line.
Metcalf's first shot falls. Caitlin Haas comes out for the Mustangs. Tie ball game. That one, 41-41, 12-21. Maya Metcalf checks out. Steinbach in for her.
So we've had a couple of lead changes, a couple of ties. This game is going to be proven maybe that it's going to come down to the end.
Sharma shot short. Ball goes out of bounds off Dew.
Good hustle there by Dew. She looked over at the ref like, hey, I think Breadbach just knocked that on her own, but we'll stay with the Mustangs.
Reinbach has the ball. Pass to Herford. High post pass. Tipped away as Shanley gets the ball back.
That's something that Cora's going to have to get a little bit better at in the high post when that ball gets in there. 2-2 especially, or 2-3, they're gonna trap hard when that ball gets to the high post. A lot of hands on the basketball. You're gonna have to be able to steer that thing, get those elbows up.
Metcalf only a freshman, so plenty of time to develop that.
That was World Cup action over there on the sideline. The ball got kicked back and forth accidentally a few times, and then all of a sudden, Mustangs ball.
Laura Metcalf, 6'4" as a freshman.
Oh, great move.
Great move there.
A little hard off the glass, and then again, a silly foul by the Mustangs. Now that is
number 23, a layup holder.
foul by the Mustangs.
Team foul. Back in for the Mustangs.
Over 11 minutes to go in this second.
Number 15, Kobe Johnson.
Come down to the line.
They might. And the free throw line.
Carson Sanders checks in. He brings the ball up. Good find by Dietz to Shorma. Shorma's fadeaway shot.
A lot of hands on that one, but they're going to say it went off the Deacons last. Well, who's going to make the run here? That's the question.
That is the question.
You know, the offense is, I think each team has scored 11 points here in the opening 6-7 minutes of the second half. So not a lot of scoring happening here. If a team can make a little run, like a little mini run of 8 to 10 points, that maybe changes things a little bit as we see a bump at the half line.
Both teams really playing that trap style, half-court trap.
Rescue on camera returns for the Deacons.
Got a little aggressive there.
Bringing their trap zone up a little bit higher now.
Good find down low.
You'll see him drop.
Ball's kicked around a bit. Turnover for Mustangs. And the ball is Aubrey Duke pushes it up.
Oof. Good move there. Ball sneaks somehow over to Hakeem.
Hakeem, good post move. Hakeem kind of just slips over the radar. It feels like he's always there to get the offense rebound. Comes back up.
Not sure how that ball got through there and over to Hakeem, but she was able to put it in.
Benedict drives. Ball's turned over again. That's back turnovers.
Yeah, last two possessions, Mustangs got a little loose with the basketball. Good pick there.
Ooh, Benedict foul, late call.
Poked it out early, and I think the body contact actually came from the Deacons, and it did. So they're going to say that's the.
Oh!
41, Steely Stockwell's second personal.
I assume that was on Benedict.
17 foul.
No, I think that one, they ended up calling that one.
Putting the Mustangs in the bonus.
That's going to put Benedict at the free throw line.
Maya Metcalf back into the Mustang lineup.
So we said, you know, this might play a factor. We talked about it a little bit in the pregame, but free throw percentage.
Number 10, Cora
for the Mustangs, they are shooting
65.93%.
That's good for fourth in the conference, and the Deacons at 70.67%. That's
at number one, yeah.
That's the best. So
shot goes in and out. It'll stay Cheyenne's ball.
I think that was good position there by Maya. All the Deacons could do was poke it out.
Cora gets the inbound pass. Dick from three. That shot's short. Battle for the rebound.
That one, I think they're going to still say that one was, again, that's twice now that really Maya Metcalf stole the rebound just by being in better position.
Reinbach in corner.
Mustangs struggling to find the offense here against this 2-3.
Metcalf in the corner. She hits that.
That is a big hit. Dick had one. Now this is Metcalf for another, and they get the lead back.
Good backdoor cut by Shorma. Good recovery from the Cheyenne Mustangs. Again, I'm at passing lane again, tipped out of bounds. It's a good recovery there.
Again, Mustangs in the passing lane. That was a good job there, poking that one free. See Breidenbach making it difficult for these guards up top.
Way up top again. Cheyenne in the passing lanes, knocking the ball out.
So now we're sitting at 5 seconds left on the shot clock. See what Jacobson can draw up here from the sideline to get himself a look.
Holstein checks in, gets inbound pass directly towards her, but just a little strong as Dude gets that. Puts 2 shots up, doesn't get a fall. Breidenbach in transition, kicks out to Johnson. Johnson from 3. That's off, but rebound, good offensive rebound by Maya Metcalf. She puts it up for the 2 points, and it's good.
She's really made her presence known in the last 3-4 possessions. A couple offensive rebounds, now an offensive rebound and a putback and a 3 from the corner. And this might be the biggest lead the Mustangs have had all night with 3.
Good pass there by Duda. Hakeem. Hakeem puts it up. She's fouled. She'll go on and shoot 2.
Good job there by Hakeem. She caught the ball kind of moving too far underneath the hoop, and she was able to relocate her feet and jump backwards away from her. And that got her.
Hakeem, I felt like really, along with Shorna hitting those 4 threes in the first half, has kind of been the, I feel like, difference maker. She's been slipping under the radar down low, getting offense rebounds and putting it back up.
Yep. It's both free throws.
Leads back to 1 for the Mustangs.
So no big runs by either team coming into the second half. It's just been a little bit of back and forth. Which team is going to make a move here?
Carson Sanders maybe looking for a foul unexpected there. Dude drives in. Her layup's off.
Team with the offensive rebound to get to the free throw line again. Sanders looking a little frustrated that her shot was blocked at the elbow, and as she kind of put her hands up, the ball sat loose for a second. And turns it into a
7th team foul. Rescue Hakim at the line for the Deacons, shooting 2.
His first shot is good. So it's tied, 46-46 left to go in the second half. Both shots fall for him at the line. So that puts Shanley up. Dick at the top. Kicks to Metcalf in the corner. Metcalf passes to Dick. Dick puts up a floater, and she gets that to fall. Back and forth now for the Mustangs and the Deacons. 1 point lead. Team gets the ball. Good pass down low, but that's intercepted by Metcalf. Metcalf really been active in the passing lanes early on. There's a pass. Sanders, ball going out of bounds off the Shanley Deacons. Timeout called from the Shanley Deacons, 48-47, 7:50 to go in the second half. We'll take a short break. We'll be back. So welcome back. Scores 48-47, 7:50 here to go in the second half. Second half's been back and forth for the Mustangs and the Deacons. Mustangs hitting a couple threes, really kept them in this one.
Yeah, it's going to be back and forth here with 8 minutes to go here.
Dick
Good
shoots
look
a
from
three,
that
and
one.
she nails that one. Brenna Dick from 3.
See what the Deacon's strategy is on this 2-3 and even out of that out of bounds play is to really kind of leave the three-point line open and crash into the interior, and that does leave Brenna Dick wide open, and she's able to make him pay.
Again, Cheyenne almost tips that pass away. Good pass there by Dew, down low. Holstein's fouled, she'll hit on shoot two.
Not sure how they connected that high-low pass. It was a tight window, but they were able to get it down there, and that put Carson Sanders in a help position, and that actually ends up being her 4th personal foul. So I assume that's going to be Cora Metcalf coming in for her.
That's Holstein's first shot. She connects. Elena Holder checking in for Maya Metcalf. Cheyenne maybe in a little bit of foul trouble. Nothing too bad yet as Holstein gets her second shot to go. She connects to the line from both. Dick brings the ball up to Hereford. Swings it around to Haas. Mustangs swinging the ball around. Maybe trying to find as Dick shoots for deep three, and she gets the lucky roll there.
That's the advantage of having a little bit of space and being able to land softly on your feet. That gets you a soft shot off the front iron, and she hits another one. And that's one that Mustangs are going to wish they could maybe get back there. Hereford was just out of position, and that's going to put the Deacons at the free throw line for a bonus.
At the line, yep. So you see down there, Shanley was very trying to control the paint, which left the 3 shooters on the outside open. Brenna Dick's just like, hey, I'll take a shot, and gets to fall. Roney's shot falls.
Next foul by the Mustangs will put the Deacons in the double bonus. So that was the biggest lead there for the Mustangs at 5, now down to 4.
Roney only 1 for 2 at the line. Can't convert her second shot. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Finds Brenna Dick in the corner. Rebounded Cora Metcalf, excuse me. Gets her own rebound. Gets her own rebound again. And that'll be a jump ball.
You know, she got away with it on the first time, but the rule of thumb is you can't bring that ball back down to your waist. She brought it down the first time, was able to get the shot back up, but the second time they were able to get their hands on that basketball, create the jump ball, and so good offensive rebounds there by Cora Metcalf, but if she can keep that ball high, her chances of getting that one back up and in are significantly increased. Little high-low here, I think, by the
Miss Stockmo gets the ball down low, puts it up with her right hand. She gets that to fall. Stockmo really good in the paint today. Haas gets the ball cross court past the Holder. Brenna Dick open from 3, shoots it, and she nails it. So three or four really big threes for Brenna Dick in the second half.
You know, that you got to love that about a scorer, that there isn't a shot that they don't like. Sometimes you do ask yourself, you're 2-3 feet behind the three-point line, are you sure you want it? But if they're a scorer, they don't see that. They see, I'm open, I'm ready.
Yep.
So she pulls the trigger and pays off. And she's having a day.
15 first half points. Well up over 20 points already.
Yeah, we'll get the book, give us the exact number here once we conclude today's contest.
That's a travel call on Brenna Dick.
And she did a little shot fake, I think, and then she took her first step without putting the ball on the floor. Up 5 now with a little over 5 to play.
McNeely brings the ball up. Opts not for the screen from Hakeem. Good defense there by Carson Sanders to intercept the pass. Little scare there for the Mustangs, but contained ball. Good drive by Breidenbach with the right hand. Gets that to fall. Slipped between 2 or 3 defenders there and gets Good finish there with the right hand.
And that's what you need out of your senior leader. This game's been going back and forth, maybe not exactly the way you wanted. And she comes over to trap here, putting a lot of pressure on.
Fouled.
And, you know, it's okay to put pressure at the top of the key, but probably don't want to commit a foul that far up above and put them on the free throw line in a double bonus. We've already talked about their free throw shooting. You know, put pressure on, but be smart about it. That one, unfortunately, is going to be Johnson with her first personal.
Dude's first shot is good. Hereford checks in for Brenna Dick. Dude's second shot is good too. So she's 2 for 2 from the line as Roney checks in for Dew. So Mustangs up by 5, 59-54, 4:45 left to go. Mustangs have gone on a quick, not a quick run, but a run the last 5 minutes. Got a lead up to 5 as we see Metcalf drives in, shots a little hard.
Yeah, good steal there by the Mustangs. Great opportunity, and the shot goes a little bit hard off the glass. Deacon's able to cut the lead here. And now we're going to be back into a, and again, those fouls on the top, you just got to be smarter. Hereford there committing one. We had Johnson on the last possession, and you put him in the double bonus.
Yep.
If they're gonna catch up, you got to trust that they're gonna have to make shots. Don't make it do it in the free throw line.
Shormer's first shot's off.
Mustang fans, we want to take the time to thank Apex Engineering Group, who helps make this broadcast possible. At Apex, we build confidence before we build anything. Find out more at apexenggroup.com. That's apexenggroup.com.
Breidenbach drives in. Maybe not the shot you wanted in this time. Kind of a reckless shot. And Shanley gets the ball back.
Again, you gotta be smart down the stretch. Keep your hands off. You can pressure, but you're going to have to be willing to drop off, and they're going to say a 5-second call. Again, pressure can pay off there, as it does for Hereford in creating the turnover. That one, a much smarter job keeping the hands away and just staying near her and forcing her to turn it over.
Mustang fans, we'd like to remind you, like and subscribe, turn on those notifications, follow us on all our social medias. Get more Mustang content. So there seems to be a issue at the scorers table. Don't exactly know what's happening.
As we see a shot there of the Shanley boys.
Looks like
just a reminder here, too, that the boys varsity teams are going to be having the second half of this doubleheader today.
Looks like an issue down there with Shanley's bookkeeper. Got it all resolved, and we're back playing. Oh, almost turned over there by Breidenbach. Good defense there by Hakeem.
Good patience.
You need to get it out of that corner as Metcalf shoots from 3.
She nails it.
Saw a smile on the face of Metcalf.
You see Wingenbach laughing over a little bit there too. You know, all game long, the Deacon strategy of trapping down on those.
Good defense there by Metcalf.
On those posts and letting the perimeter be open. It worked and it worked and it worked, and now the Mustangs are able to make a couple of connections that.
Here, the Shanley fans not happy with that call as it'll get overturned. Ball looked like it was tipped out by the Mustangs, by Metcalf, and it will be Shanley ball.
7-point advantage here with 3:20 to go.
McNeely. Good pass there. Down to Hakeem. Hakeem puts it up for 2.
I don't know what's better, the pass or Hakeem's hands on that. Pass comes in with 3 Mustangs all around it, and she's able to go up and get the ball and finish.
Shanley's done a really good job of passing it down low, making good, strong, accurate passes. And leading to 2 points most of the time. As we see Cheyenne do just that as Carson Sanders goes up and for 2.
Great feed by Benedict. That's the kind of assist that is going to maybe be the difference in this game.
Roney's shot off, rebounded by Benedict. Benedict's just been all over this game. Defensively, offensively, shooting in the second half has been tremendous, and in the first half, really. As we see Carson Sanders, good move there.
Good little post move, uses that left shoulder to clear the body of the defender, able to put it in. And now Jacobson's going to take a timeout.
We will too. 66-57, Cheyenne up. 2:21 left to play in the second half.
Hi, I'm Gabby, and I work at Marvin. When I first started at Marvin, I was a production associate, and I was shocked at how bright the floor was, how clean it was. It can be a very fast-paced environment, but it can also be very fun. I feel great about the growth opportunities at Marvin, especially because I started as a production associate and then worked my way into being an HR coordinator. If you're interested in working in manufacturing or you've never worked in a manufacturing environment before, I would definitely say come try it out. It might surprise you. It can be very fun and rewarding.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank Essentia Health. Essentia Health is proud to be a premier sponsor of Mustang Media, working with Cheyenne High School to make a healthy difference in the lives of students and families we are privileged to serve. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. So as we see Cheyenne pulling away with it in the second half, ever since 2 minutes left to go in the first half.
And really it's been the difference of the three-point ball. The Mustangs able to hit nothing in the first half, essentially, other than the holder three. And now in the second half, Brenna Dix hit a three, or a couple threes, three, I think, actually.
Yeah,
and Metcalf hits one, and you know, the post up there by Sanders.
Roney shots off, but Keem gets the rebound. Shorma from three. She lived down there in the first half, or out there, excuse me.
Hard to expect her to shoot with the same level of effectiveness as she did in the first half when she had 4 threes, but you know, still 2:09 to play. That's a lot of possessions. You know, you can extend this game with fouls and make the Mustangs beat you at the line, but we'll see if how the Mustangs handle this possession. Looks like the Deacons are content with doing some man-to-man now. Might look a little bit more into the interior. Content with swinging it around a little bit, getting it under 10 here. And now we got a two-man game with Brenna Dick.
With left hand. She gets that to fall. Great finish there by Brenna Dick.
And you see it with the left hand. That's what's incredible, is the speed at which she can attack and still be soft with the left.
Roney, another shot from three. That's off. Pulled down by Maya Metcalf.
So down the stretch, the Mustangs have been able to be efficient at the offensive side, and Shanley struggling here, and that's turned into an 11-point advantage.
Yeah, you do see Shanley playing more man-to-man on the perimeter, not letting the Cheyenne Mustangs offense get those open threes.
And now it looks like, you know, even though they're running a man-to-man, they're not going to foul, and so now.
Breidenbach missed Brenna Dick wide open under the basket.
I think that you heard Wingenbach from the sideline just say, "I just want to take time off. I don't want a quick shot." Probably a smart move here. Just you're not working to score more points. You've got enough. You just got to run the clock out. Jacobson's team willing to just sit and man, and now they foul with 38 seconds to go.
38.3 seconds left to go. Cheyenne up 68-57. Yeah,
I always wonder, you know, 10-point advantage. Maybe you don't see yourself making a move here, but the way I see it, the Mustangs are still only in the bonus. So you make them make at least 3 free throws on the front side so you can see if you can get those possessions back, and they don't.
Yeah, it worked out.
But now the Deacons had given up so much time before they fouled that first time that might be too late. Good
lead pass from Roney to Dew. Dew's pass tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Shanley's ball. Yeah, Cheyenne wasted about 40, 50 seconds off on that one possession. So just the clock right at 30 seconds. Good
Great
inbound.
out of bounds play. And a quick timeout there by Jacobson. So with 30 seconds to go now, the Mustangs holding on to a 9-point advantage. We'll take a quick break.
As we come back from the break, 68-59 Cheyenne up, 28.8 seconds left to go. Music's bumping. Our producer Jacob Fisher's dancing a bit. Having a good time here at Cheyenne High.
Yeah, I don't know if we've said it yet on a broadcast, but congratulations to Jacob Fisher. No person has put in more hours making this making these broadcasts possible for you than that guy over there. And he just was accepted to his dream school, Washington University in St. Louis, which is a very prestigious, very difficult school to get into. And he found out over the break that he was excited. In fact, he was very excited.
As Benedict's fouled there. Yeah, I saw the video on our Twitter. Pretty excited.
So congratulations to him. As we see the Mustangs waiting for their opportunity to get in this gym and finish the second part of this doubleheader.
Benedict at the line. Shooting one-on-one. First shot's made, so she'll get another attempt.
10-point advantage now. That probably does seal the deal. It's a 4-possession game.
Yep. Second shot off, rebounded by Hakeem. So yeah, Mustangs little scared in the first half with Shanley's shooting. We thought surely they can't keep this up, and if they do keep it up, it's going to be a long game for the Mustangs. And luckily they weren't able to keep it up, and Cheyenne gets the pull away. Under 10 seconds left, just dribble it out. And that'll wrap it up for this one. Mustangs win 69-59 over the Deacons. Cheyenne really able to pull away pretty much with 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Got back within, from a 10-point deficit, tied it up. Started the second half was a little rough, but pulled away around 10-minute mark. So we'll take a short break, be back for
we'll talk a little bit about
analysis.
we'll do some breakdown of the scorebook and let you know how this thing figured out, but a great win for the Mustangs.
We'll take a short break, be back soon.
I chose a career in manufacturing because I wanted to come into work and not be at a desk all day. So with my role, I get to be out on the floor and working with other people and then come back to my desk and try and solve some of the problems that they're facing.
When people look at a manufacturing plant, they mostly just see line work. But there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that allows you to explore different kinds of network interfaces or problem-solving situations. There's machines and computers and human interface devices that are constantly being innovated into a manufacturing workplace.
The best days at work are when you get to solve the problem or when you finally get that aha moment and okay, like this is gonna be it, like this is what we've been thinking about, this is what we've been hoping for.
Knowing that I'm a part of building something very unique and important, that just makes me very proud.
Yep. So welcome back. Cheyenne takes that one over the Shanley Deacons. Really, the story of the game was shooting on both sides. Shanley shot phenomenal from 3-point in the first half. Shorma with 4 threes alone in the first half. Shanley with around 6 or 7 in the first half. But Mustangs shot poorly in the first half, fell behind until 2 minutes left to go, and then we kind of rallied from a 10-point deficit, got it tied up at halftime, back and forth up until around 10 minutes, and then the Mustangs slowly pulled ahead point by point, got it up to around a 5-point lead, and then just at the end, they were up by 10 and couldn't do much about that.
Yeah, the Mustangs probably not the cleanest game that they, obviously
yeah.
It's Christmas break. You have a little bit of time where you're not practicing, you're getting back in the gym. Shooting wasn't as great in the first half. It became a lot better in the second half, but really your player of the game today is Brenna Dick.
Oh, yes.
She was tremendous, both halves, and she was able to kind of do it in every sort of way. Inside, outside, she early in the game, she was able to flash into the lane and make some floaters. She's able to get to the glass with her right hand and left hand on the drive.
Yep.
And then, hitting big shots. When the game was still much in question with under 10 to play in the second half, she was able to connect on some threes, both from the corner and from the wing, and that was the difference in the game. Brenna Dick, in my mind, player of the game.
Yep. Well over 25 points.
Yeah.
Close to 30. Did a phenomenal job, like we said earlier, trying to get in the passing lanes, did a phenomenal job passing, great playing the point, and then also rebounding. Great hustle stats for her, for the whole Mustangs, really. They did a good job, like we outlined earlier in the broadcast, just getting those hustle plays, getting those extra possessions, and capitalizing on those.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the scorebook right now. Brenna Dick finishes with 35 points, which is very close to, for sure, it's got to be top 10 all time for Mustang scoring, individual scoring, and might be right up there at the very, very top. So tremendous game out of her. Hereford ended up with, let's see here, she ended up with 4 points. Holder with 3. Johnson, I think, ended up with 2. Carson Sanders, she ended up with 10 points. Cora Metcalf with 1. Maya Metcalf, really strong second half, especially at the free throw line. She was able to come up with 12 points in the second half for 16 in the game. And Breidenbach able to come away with 3 points as well. So 7 players in the scorebook, but obviously it's the night of Brenna Dick.
Yep.
That was the impressive factor there. So
maybe responsible, because she did a phenomenal job passing too. So had hand in almost 3/4 of the points for the Cheyenne Mustangs, which is really incredible.
Yeah, and for the, you said Hakeem, you talked a little bit about her. She had 6 in the first half, but in the second half she got to the free throw line, made 5 free throws, and 11 points in the second half, so she finished with 17. But the difference probably for me was the first half. The Deacons couldn't miss from the 3-point line, and the Mustangs were able to only allow them 1 3-pointer in the second half, and really that was maybe the difference in the game.
It really was. Cheyenne overall played tremendous defense. Shanley obviously had the hot hand early on, not discrediting Cheyenne's defense, just they were able to get the shots to fall where Cheyenne wasn't. So you think maybe if Cheyenne had gotten some of those shots to fall, the lead might have been greater. But yeah, fairly neck and neck all the way through. Just Cheyenne proved to be the better team.
So we'll take a break here between the boys' game and the girls' game. We're going to come back in about 10 minutes or so to call the boys' game for you. So with that, Mustangs come away with the first one in this doubleheader, and we're going to take some time, and we'll be back in a short order to call this boys'
king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they got one the name, but they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king. Make way for the big shots, big balls, big rings, big rocks, big bag, big moves, big cars, big man, big plan, get lost, we've been this wrong. Look at me now, you can't hold me down, so give me the crown. We're not the same, we're not the same, we're not the same, we run everything. We're not the same, we're not the same, they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our boys' half of this broadcast, the second half of the broadcast between Cheyenne Mustangs and Shanley Deacons. For this one, really kind of two similar teams, kind of in a similar spot as the girls, both with, Shanley 2-3 and then Cheyenne 1-3. Really got off to a slow start early on, preseason, we'll call it, before the Christmas break. Both maybe not performing at how they want to be performing early on, but a lot of potential for both. Cheyenne, their losses are to Devil's Lake, Davies, and the third one is
Mandan.
That's right, their season opener.
Yeah, so the boys started their season against Mandan with a loss, and then a loss again to Davies. Did beat South 82-63, and then lost last week to Devil's Lake 82-67. The Shanley Deacons are 2-3 overall with wins over St. Mary's and Devil's Lake, losses to Red River, West Fargo High School, and Davies. You know, the only real maybe surprise in there is that if we want to look at common opponents, Shanley went up to Devil's Lake and won pretty handily, 61-46, held them to 46 points. Mustangs went up to Devil's Lake and took a bad loss there, 82-67. But realistically, these are two teams that have brand new head coaches. They're learning the systems. They're learning how they fit into those systems. And with that comes a little bit of learning curve.
Yep.
And sometimes there's going to be some growing pains that go along with that. So for the Mustangs, obviously they're trying to figure things out under first-year head coach Tim Brandt. And for the Deacons, the same. You know, they have a first-year head coach in Craig Irwin. And so both teams trying to figure things out and really kind of have the talent to be near the top of this conference. But right now, they're looking across the court at one another saying this is a game that we want to win so that we can establish where we're sitting in that conference.
Yeah, for the Mustangs, that's really kind of been a tale of the second half. All the games we've called, at least, and even in Mandan, we've noticed that they're sticking with them till halftime, and then after halftime, the wheels sort of fall off. It's like they can't convert on the same percentage. They turn it over more. They can't rebound. It just seems like they have second half woes.
And then that's, again, the early part of the year, just scoring efficiency, defensive efficiency, all of those things are going to come into play. So if we just look at our keys to the game for today, I talked a little bit to the Mustang coaches prior to this contest. They said, there are two things that they really want to focus in on. Are smart basketball and finishing at the rim. I added the third one in there. So for smart basketball, they said, hey, we just have too many turnovers. Right now, our turnover margin is one of the worst in the conference. They're at -8, which is 11th of 12 teams. They just got to get better in order to compete against these better teams. Shanley, conversely, is third in the conference in turnover margin. So which team is going to play smarter? That'll probably play a pretty important difference in there. Finishing at the rim.
Finishing at the rim, big thing for these Cheyenne Mustangs. Just using your size, your athleticism, being strong, wearing contact. And then another thing, I talked to Coach Quentin Wallstrom earlier in the season, and just getting to the free throw line. He said their offense is kind of designed around driving in, getting to the free throw line. So,
and then really most importantly, I think when you get there, you got to be better. Cheyenne and Shanley both. Cheyenne's actually last in the conference at 55% at the free throw line. Shanley 10th. Both teams need to convert better. Last one, I put this on there. They got to be better when it comes to trusting each other and trusting their coaches. We said everything in front of Christmas is really preseason. You got to put all that to bed, you got to learn to trust your teammates, trust your coaches. And that means that defensively you have to be in the right spot and play some help defense. That means offensively you got to be willing to make the extra pass and give a guy an open look. Those kinds of things are going to pay dividends down the stretch. Right now, both teams have to commit to the strategies that their coaches are preaching, find a way to commit to their teammates, and then things after the Christmas break can start turning in your direction. Both teams obviously very skilled, quality players on both squads, so I think that's what we're going to see, So players, let's talk a little bit about the Shanley players. We got 2 studs, I think, that kind of lead the show for them.
We got Connor Kraft is one. He's averaging 18.6 points a game and 10 rebounds. He's committed to South Dakota State University to play basketball down there. Had some higher level Division I offers, and then also Hakeem. Hakeem's averaging 15.8 points per game, 2.8 offensive rebounds a game, and almost 2 blocks a game. That's a big thing, that defensive presence on that side.
Yeah, Hakeem obviously a great player, but this does run through Connor Kraft. 6th in the conference in points, 7th in the conference in rebounds. He's a spectacular player, inside, outside. I don't know if I'd say he's an anomaly in the modern game because he can do a little bit of everything, but he's got size he's got touch. So you got to find a way to defend him on 2 levels, and that gets a little bit tricky. For Cheyenne, I think the player right now that kind of that you look to the most is Caleb Deere. He's 19th in the conference in scoring at 13.5 points per game, 3.8 assists per game. He's got 2.5 offensive rebounds per game, and he's shooting 52% from three-point land. You leave that guy open, he's a sniper.
Yeah, and to go along with that, Tommy Oneman, 10.8 rebounds per game. He's their physical presence inside. Along with that, he's averaging almost 4 assists per game, 2.5 offensive rebounds per game, that's Caleb Deere.
He's got 4.8 offensive rebounds per game.
Offensive rebounds per game. Almost 2 blocks per game, which he's the reason why we stay in the first half.
What's interesting though is you'll notice the starting lineup tonight is a little bit different. He's not even in the starting lineup. Bryce Kane is the guy that they've really pointed to lately that's been playing really well for them. And obviously you saw Bryce Kane in the football field. He's a mammoth of a man.
He is
he's a mountain to move. So I think that's going to be somebody that we're going to have to look to tonight. Can he kind of bring that physical presence as you see him kind of wobbling his way through the starting lineup there? So yeah, he's a beast in there. So we'll see how that goes. Interestingly enough, the guy that I think maybe gets to the rim perhaps the best on the team is Casey Clemenson. You'll see him in street clothes tonight. He's actually gimping over there right now in the circle. He's wearing all black. He is not going to be able to play because of a sprained ankle. So we're going to have to see which of those players can be physical around the rim. Coaches said they want to get to the rim and finish. Casey Clemenson's probably one of their best players to do that. So we're going to see how it comes from those perimeter guys. Starting lineup tonight for the Mustangs, we have Noah Olson and Sully Irie. We have Caleb Deere at the jump. We have Bryce Kane in there. And then really I think the guy that offers them one of the better scoring threats is the man in the back of that lineup right there that just defending the tip right there, number 13 for the Mustangs. Yep. And he can do a little bit of everything.
Good defense there by Sully Irie to quickly take that pass away as we get underway.
So there's John Angu, the guy I was just talking about.
Oh, pass tipped away by Hakeem. That'll be over and back.
That's a tough call. And
I don't know about that. It looked like it was tipped away there by
if the ball is loose, the call should be that until you repossess that basketball, that is not possession. I'm going to agree with Tim Brandt on that one. That is not over and back, but the ball was knocked free. Official says, no, I don't think it was, so we'll see how this turns out.
Leininger passes to Chrisman. Working on the outside, looking for an open shot. Kraft in the corner.
And they got Deere on Kraft.
Good defense there. Chrisman pulls up from the top. Shot's no good. Rebounded Leininger. Wheelock from 3, in and out. See Tim Brandt wanting the offense to quickly transition back and run. High tempo offense as Deere shoots a 3. That's off.
Seemed like he couldn't get his feet underneath him when he wanted to release that ball, and it just kind of came out a little awkward. Bryce Kane stops.
Good defense
in the
there
corner,
by Mustangs.
Deere able to recover. Now he's one-on-one.
Connor Kraft goes up with the right hand. That's no good. Hakeem gets the rebound and is fouled underneath by Bryce Kane. Be the first foul of the game.
So no offense on either team yet that is converted.
Really good defense there for the Mustangs by number 3, Caleb Deere.
So in terms of scoring offense, the Mustangs are sitting 7th with 67 points per game. Shanley's dead last at 56.4. I think we know they can be more offensively proficient than they have been thus far. They have had a couple of difficult opponents.
Good.
As you see John Angu with the steal.
Good move there by Angu to get around the defender. Stops, pops from 3. That's short. Had Chrisman sliding a little bit there.
Defensively, Cheyenne, 9th in the conference, giving up 78.5 points a game. Probably not what the coaches like to see. They are running a fast tempo, so you are going to give up a few more points. But Shanley actually having a pretty strong defensive start to the season, sitting 3rd in the conference, only averaging 60.2 against.
Game is still scoreless with 16 minutes to go in this first half. Good move there by Deere.
Good pass.
Open shot from Angu. In and out. Tipped around a bit, but Shanley can get the rebound.
Gotta like that look there from John Angu. The kick out from Deere was perfect. Just rattled around.
Good looks from both sides early on. Just can't get anything to fall so far. As Leininger finds Chrisman down low. Again, good look. Shot goes in and out off the hands of Shanley. It'll be Cheyenne's ball.
Chrisman's had 2 good looks here. He's had a look right about the elbow, and then that one from point blank range. Both just rolled out. Strong player. A lot of these guys came off the state championship football team, so you recognize a lot of their names. Obviously, Kraft and Hakeem, tremendous receiving duo. Bryce Kane brings it down.
Deere from 3, just short. Rebounded by Kraft.
Yeah, Hakeem and Kraft, obviously tremendous on the football field, getting balls thrown to them. Probably D1 Gatorade Player of the Year, Michael Rosberg, who I saw on the side of the bench being one of their managers.
Olsen drives to the basket, fouled by Leininger.
Good attack there by Noah Olsen. Not sure if they're going to say he was shooting. I think they are.
Yep, he'll go to line to shoot 2.
Be interesting to see if we can turn that free throw percentage around this game. 55%. Certainly, again, you're going to see some shooting woes early in the season as kids transition into this season away from other stuff they were doing, but that's a little low.
Olsen's first shot is good. Luke Holcraft checking in for Jordan Leininger. That'll be the
one difference maker in the game as well tonight, Grant, might be 3-point shooting percentage. We are, Cheyenne, 36%, 3rd in the conference. Yep. Shanley, just 3-point woes to start the season, 17% dead last. So let's see if Shanley can make some outside shots. Let's see if Cheyenne Mustangs can hit some outside shots, and let's see if that ends up being a difference.
Pass it down to Keem.
Good post move there.
Holcraft posts up, shoots, no good. Rebound taken down by Noah Olsen. Irie gets the screen, kicks it out to Olsen. Bryce Kane battling for position down low as Cheyenne swings around. Good cut by Noah Olsen, good drive.
Good rebound there by Bryce Kane.
Sully Irie from 3. Sully Irie connects from deep. That'll be a timeout from Shanley. 5-0, 14-13 to go in this first half. We'll take a short break and be back with you shortly. Sorry for that little
delay. It's all right.
Yep.
working on a camera back here, so.
We'd like to thank Bell Bank Mortgage. Bell Bank Mortgage is proud to support the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. Rates are great, so if you're considering moving up or maybe even becoming a homeowner for the first time, talk to the experts at Bell. We'll help make you make home happen. Bell Bank Mortgage, equal housing lender.
There you go, Grant.
Words are difficult today. As we see Kraft at the top of the key. Stumbles a bit.
Good back cut, but
good defense there by Ngu, tipping the ball out of bounds. It'll stay Shanley's ball.
One thing you got to be cautious, and John got caught a little bit there chasing Cutter.
Good move by Kraft. He gets that to fall. First points for Shanley today. Irie drives in. Lost handle. Turned over right in the middle of the Shanley Deacons.
And that's the kind of turnover that the coaches were talking about. Those you can't afford because that one's just loose with the basketball.
Chrisman's shot's no good, but it's tipped back in by Hakeem. Chrisman's one of those type players, high motor, good hustler. He'll rebound. He'll get a shot up. Sully Irie gets a screen from Kane. A little pick and roll action, but nothing doing.
Angu there, called for a travel. Nice little jab step to start, but I think he just drags that back foot a little bit.
That's been in, I remember back freshman year, might have been a little bit of an issue for Angu.
He does have a nice little jab, but sometimes, especially at the high school level, they don't like to see that back foot move before you put that ball on the floor. So 13 minutes of play, Mustangs hanging on to a 1-point advantage, 5-4. Low scoring affair to start.
Kraft gets the ball.
Mustangs content with staying in a
and that's good.
Yeah, you see the footwork there, tremendous. The pass was out in front of him. He's able to corral that thing, spin back around, 180 that thing back on his weak hand and put that in. That's a pretty special move.
Good defense by Chrisman, but maybe a little too good and gets called for a foul.
Yeah, unfortunately for Chrisman, I think the ball got a little loose on Deere and it got outside of his body, as Chrisman moved. Bumped him a little bit too much. And
Leininger and Wolf checking in for Shanley as Mustangs stay with their 5. Angu from 3, off back iron. Rebound goes out of bounds. It'll go to Shanley.
I think everybody on the Cheyenne side is waiting for John Angu to kind of find his groove. We know that he can be a tremendous shooter. Obviously this is his first varsity action, so he's only a few games into his varsity career, but I think by the end of the season, you're going to be able to see this guy hit a lot of good shots.
Wolf's right-hand floater, no good. Pulled down by Bile for the Mustangs. He pushes it up. Kicks it to Deere. Deere mid-range shot, short.
A little sloppy foul there by Tommy Oneman, a little frustrated, I think, that he couldn't get to that rebound, and seal job there by Shanley was able to force Tommy into a bad mistake. Only a couple fouls on each squad so far.
So Cheyenne starting out in a press here.
Yeah, just a little token man-to-man pressure here just to slow down the Deacons setting it up.
Holcraft down low, puts up the left-hand shot. No good. Another good look, though, for Shanley. Sully Irie's tied up there with Tommy Oneman for a little bit, but able to regain possession.
Oneman's done a pretty nice job on the defensive side, contesting some shots where he...
Travel there on Ngu. Maybe foot slipped out a little on how to regain his balance. Took an extra step doing it, so that'll get waved off.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw a foul there. I saw him falling down, Looked like he might foul, but he seemed to regain his footing and did finish, but maybe it looked a little too goofy for that to be good.
Leininger on the top, past the Wolf.
Good defense by Dylan Bile. Close out there by Tommy Oneman.
Kraft pulls up from 3.
And if that's the shot that you're going to force out of Connor Kraft, I think that's a win for the Mustangs. Fade away to his left side. Great defense there by Oneman on the closeout. Then a nice box out by the Mustangs, forces a foul by the Deacons. So 10:40 to go. Neither team finding a way to be efficient on offense here. You know, Mustangs came out to a 5-0 advantage, but they've gone cold here, haven't scored since.
Pass is tipped by Jordan Leininger. Deer regains possession.
Good
Good
entry.
find down low to Oneman. Oneman puts it up with the right hand and converts.
Great feed there by Angu, but, you know, the better part of that at the end is that Tommy Oneman keeps the ball high. Chrisman was coming to help and wasn't able to do anything with it because Oneman kept that ball above his head. Puts it in off the glass.
Pass the Keem down low. Good defense so far. Kraft goes in with the right hand. That shot's off, gets his own rebound. That puts it back up. Tim Brandt wanting a travel called there. Maybe a couple extra steps taken. Sully Irie brings the ball up. There's a foul there on number 21.
That's
Hakeem. Coach Tim Brandt still upset over that potentially missed travel call there on Connor
You know,
Kraft.
I think that's one of those things if you're a coach, too. You've seen a couple travels go against us on one side, waiting to see if you can kind of, are you calling the travel that tight on both sides? And I just want to let the officials know that, hey, if you're going to call it, I want to see it both ways. And it's part of the game, learning how to work officials. Certainly Tim Brandt, he's a first-year coach, but he's not a rookie in terms of seeing basketball games, and he knows how to do that thing.
Ball poked out by Chrisman. Cheyenne retains possession. Smile on the wing, pass to Deer. Angu thought about it. Drives in, good spin move. Good pass. Maybe Tom looked like Oneman wasn't ready for that pass.
That's a tough one to, you know, if you're going chest to chest from that distance. And you see a nice shot there.
Holcraft.
But at that distance, to drop it into their chest, that's almost one where you don't want to bounce it off the floor and let it come back up to their chest so they have a little bit of time to react to it. But great attack there by Angu to get that deep. So now we see the Deacons up 3 early.
Chrisman playing good defense. Good stop-and-go move. Cross-court pass to Angu. Crossover drives, puts it up.
Oh,
great tip in by Oneman. Coach Irwin for the Deacons kind of laughed and tipped his hat to that one.
Yeah, that's one where you're probably just trying to give yourself another opportunity, and it ends up in the hole.
Kraft up top, looking to set something up. Pass to Chrisman on the wing. Down low, back to Kraft. Shot in and out. So early on, we've seen Kraft struggle with those mid-range shots.
Well, you know, the interesting thing, too, is they're running Deer man-to-man against him, but once he gets into that post area, you know, Tommy Oneman's coming over to help, and he's putting some extra pressure on the shooter. Great
Good find there by Sully Irie to Tommy Oneman, and he puts it up with the left hand for the easy two.
Good find there by Irie. And that's what they need out of him, young point guard. You know, he does get into the lane very, very well, but he's a smaller guy. He hasn't been able to play a lot of minutes against bigger, stronger competition yet, so not able to figure out quite yet how he wants to finish on the inside. So if you can get into there and create shots for other people, that's one way that you can make yourself productive real fast.
As an errant pass goes out of bounds, it'll be Cheyenne's ball as Noah Olson and big Bryce Kane checks in for the Cheyenne Mustangs.
So early in this game is really similar to what we saw in the girls' game. A lot of back and forth. Mustangs up by 1 here. Did come off a call in the girls' game here that was historic, actually, in the end, is that Brenna Dick does end up being the all-time single-game scoring leader for the Mustangs.
Tremendous
with a 35-point effort in the first game of the day.
Connor Kraft comes out of the game. Appears to be something with his right hand.
Must be bleeding. Doesn't look to be too concerned about it. Get a little Band-Aid or a wrap on there, he'll be fine.
Angu from the corner shoots for 3, and he nails it. John Angu from 3. That's his bread and butter right there, that kick out 3.
And you're starting to see the Mustangs move the ball a little bit better to create those shots for John. He's probably not a guy that wants to always shoot off the dribble in those situations, but boy, you can get him into a catch and shoot scenario from the wing. He's going to be almost as proficient as Caleb Deere. As they step out of bounds.
That's Jet Wolf stepping out of bounds. So far, Cheyenne Mustangs playing solid defense and doing well offensively as we see Barry Pinu checking for the Mustangs.
Giving Caleb Deere a much-needed breather there. He's ran a lot of minutes to start this game.
Barry Pinu, brother of Bison Brika Pinu. As Biles shoots from 3, hard off, back iron. Chrisman drives in, puts it with the right hand. Good move by Caden Chrisman, and he gets that to fall.
And you talk about bread and butter, that is Chrisman's bread and butter. He's a physical guy, he's strong as heck. From the wing, if you give him that first dribble and he gets by you, he's going to get to the rim and he's going to finish pretty well.
Good screen there by, Bryce Kane.
Good offensive rebound.
Good offensive rebound as well.
Best part of that rebound, I was thinking about this. I knew they were starting Bryce today. It took a little bit of time. He's coming out of football season. You'd think, oh, yeah, the guy's in shape. He was just playing fall football. Football is a different, you're an offensive lineman at that size, and you're running 3 yards every play. That's very different than getting up and down the floor 75 feet every time. But what was great about that play is he went from the weak side, weak block, and got a bucket or got all the way to the offensive rebound to put it back up from the strong side. Getting into better shape, that's gonna be good for him.
Oh, pass maybe a little strong, goes off the hands of John Angu out of bounds. It'll be Shanley's ball.
Again, the coaching staff said pregame to me, got to limit turnovers. That's one by Noah Olson that you just got to hit him in the chest. There's nothing fancy about that. Angu was stationary. You took one dribble softly across the chest. Maybe Angu's able to get up a shot there. Just be a little smarter with the basketball, a little cleaner in your passing. Limit those turnovers.
Leininger, that's the Wheelcock. Drives in, loses possession. Bile gets it, passes it up to Noah Olson. Noah Olson goes up with the right hand, can't convert, but is luckily pulled down offensively by Barry Pino. Pino up top.
Yeah, actually, interesting that after Noah misses that first layup, good save there by Bryce Kane.
Nimble on the feet, Pat gets it out to Bile.
Nice floater. No, so I was going to say, Olson, misses that layup. Three Mustangs crashed to get the offensive rebound. They're actually creating traffic for each other. Otherwise, they put one back in. But you got to love the effort and energy getting on the glass there on that fast break.
Wheelcock's 3 is good. So that'll bring the lead down to 1. As you see, Connor Kraft's back in the game, got his hand figured out.
Yeah, Wheelock is a guy that can get hot from 3. We talked a little bit about Shanley's three-point shooting percentage being really, really low. Well, Wheelock's a guy that can get hot really, really fast. So he's a guy that can go 4 or 5 possessions and hit 3 threes. Yep. So you got to be a little bit careful if you see those statistics. Probably don't want to leave Wheelock.
Connor Kraft's mid-range shot is long. So it's pulled down by the Mustangs. Pinu working on Dukart. Oh, good up and under move and gets it to go.
Great footwork there by Barry Pinu. And a nice little finger roll finish. Mustangs playing pretty well defensively on we talked a little bit about Kraft and Vuciri and
good front there by Noah Olson as you were talking about.
Yeah. I mean, there it is again. they're doing a good job of forcing those two into offensive situations that they're not as comfortable with.
See Noah Olson shoot from 3. That's just off, but good hustle by Caleb Deere.
Oh,
get the rebound and saves it.
Taking a seat over there on the Deacon bench.
Noah Olson's floater is good. 2015 Cheyenne's up with 3:30 left to go in the first half. Cheyenne's played phenomenal on offense and defense, it feels like here. Playing smart basketball. Connor Kraft's shot is good.
Good recognition there by Kraft to notice that Deere fell down, and in doing so, Kraft steps into his 3 and he makes one, closing the lead to just 2 with 3:15 to go. Timeout there. We're going to take a quick break.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
Welcome back. Cheyenne's up 2018, 3:15 left to go in this first half. We'd like to thank Apex Engineering. This broadcast is proudly sponsored by Apex Engineering Group, professional consultants serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota companies and public agencies, designing solutions to your infrastructure needs. If you set the bar at competence, how do you reach excellence? Find out at apexenggroup.com.
Speaking of excellence, so far the Mustang defense, I think, is probably, you said they're playing offensively and defensively. Well, they only got 20 points so far with 3 minutes to go. For a team that's going to be averaging 67 points a game, that maybe isn't even on par with what they're doing. But I think if this team figures out how to win on the defensive side, and they are, Tommy Onneman's help defenses looked great. The hustle plays from Caleb Deere jumping into the stands there. Those kinds of little things, I think, the poke away on Buchiri, those kinds of things are going to pay dividends for the Mustangs. As we see them trying to run a little backdoor play.
Right idea there, just a little miscommunication for Olson and Deere. It just seems like the Mustangs are, as you see there, another turnover. Sully Irie goes into the left hand, can't convert. But it's taken down, you see? So it's like,
good things happen.
You have your
when
teammates
you get
to pick you up after those,
So a great steal by Sully Irie and finished there by Onneman.
Leininger cuts. Pass the ball to Hakeem. Posts up. Good move.
Spin.
Good defense there, though. But it is a foul on Noah Olson. But
yeah, that's just a really good offensive play there by Hakeem. He drop steps into his left after a nice drop to his right. That moved Noah Olson into the player's right hip. And, Buchiri, he's long. His legs are long. He's quick. He spun back left, and by the time that he spun back left, Noah Olson couldn't get his body back around. He had to foul him, put him at the free throw line.
Maybe not the worst foul.
No, you got to make him earn it, especially at the post.
Considering Shanley shooting 59.6% from the line. Make him earn it the hard way as both shots fall for Buchiri Hakeem.
So 22-20 now.
Deere drives in. Looked like he wanted to kick out, but nothing going.
It's all right. It's a smart move to decide that's not the pass I want. Now Deere gets a nice look.
Just hard.
Talked a little bit about that in the girls' game. The nice thing about the attack there by Sully Irie and then the kick out is when the pass comes from the interior out to shooters, shooters love that. You catch the ball square already to the hoop. You don't have to realign your feet and figure out the kind of the lateral momentum. And those are when you shoot high percentage three-pointers. So did get
wheel lock, drives in. Good defense by Irie. Connor Kraft, good spin move, puts the shot up, and he's fouled.
Deere not happy with that foul.
No.
Good spin move. I think, Deere did everything he could on that. He was tight on the spin. He did elevate with him, and You know, it's tough when you're that's some fast basketball there, but it puts Kraft at the line for an opportunity to tie this game.
Kraft's first shot is no good. John Angus checking in for Barry Pinu.
Couple good minutes there out of Barry Pinu. Had the good attack at the rim, and Kraft looking to finish this one. See if he can cut it to 1.
Both shots no good as Kraft's shot goes hard off the back iron. Noah Olson brings it up the far side. Dumps it off to Irie. Cheyenne looking to set up something. Gets it to Onaman.
There you go.
There you go. Stop and pop, no good.
Oh,
another tip in. Another tip in for Tommy Onaman as he's fired up. That is a hard name, Onaman.
It is, yeah.
Leininger gets pump fake, drives in. Shots off.
Good fight for the rebound there by Caleb Deere. He took it away from a couple of Deacons.
Good presence by Onaman, forcing that poor shot. Olson drives in past the Deere.
A little too deep on the baseline. Yeah. I think he didn't like where he was at, so he resets.
But a smart decision by Deere. Is Sully Irie's fouled. He'll go to line and shoot too.
Good attack there by Sully Irie. I think Wheelock says, hey, you know, he was creating the contact. Not sure, you know, what I did there, but hey, credit there to Sullivan Irie, because when you drive to the basket, you force the whistle. I always say, hey, man, the whistle's already sitting in the ref's mouth. They're anticipating contact sometimes. If you want to create some of that contact, sometimes you can get them to blow that whistle. So
you see early on, and well, not too early on this one, but just feels like for the boys and the girls on the Cheyenne, it's just they're playing more smart basketball, they're making smarter decisions offensively, not necessarily rushing any shots, or they're making the extra pass like we outlined earlier.
Yep. Yeah, the turnovers haven't been the critical factor in this game thus far, as we get one there.
Noah Olson goes up.
Good pick there by Noah Olson, gets him going into transition. Now the Mustangs, we talked about this in the girls game, which team is going to finish those last 2 minutes of the first half, get a run going? Right now it's the Mustangs. 25 seconds to go, only about a 3-second difference between shot and game clock as we see Leininger slip. I don't know how he's able to climb back up. So he slides down and he's
maybe throws it off the foot of a Cheyenne player.
Good body there by Caleb Deere.
Dugart drives in, puts up a shot. That's short. Rebounded by Onaman. Onaman.
There we go.
There we go.
We can call him Tommy if you want.
Yeah, let's just call him Tommy.
Sullivan Irie chucks up a 3 to finish the half, but great half there for the Mustangs, especially defensively, holding the Deacons to only 20 points in the first half. They end up with a 7-point advantage going into halftime. You know, we talked a little bit earlier, Grant. I don't know if we did this on here or off. It's been such a long day already, but you know, these are two teams that want to compete at that next level of their conference. This is a game where you might say to yourself, boy, if we want to get to that upper echelon, maybe steal like one of the higher seeds in the conference, you know what you get from Red River, you know what you get from Davies. You know, North is a team that's probably difficult to contend with in terms of talent. Maybe haven't started out the greatest either, but you know, if you want to get to that upper echelon, this is a game that you want to win. Great first half for the Mustangs.
Great first half, up by 7 points. Now the key is, can we finish in the second half? We've seen against Mandan, like we outlined earlier, the second half woes. Against Davies, we were only down by a couple, if not tied. I don't remember the exact score at halftime there. But the second half, it's just both teams just ran away with it. So if the Mustangs can keep what they're doing up, adjust to Shanley's second half adjustments, I think they'll be in a good position where they might be able to take this, go away with this one and take it away.
Yeah, and you know the two guys that we highlighted for Shanley in the first half, Buchiri Hakeem and Connor Kraft, they've defended them well.
Yes.
obviously they're going to get theirs at the end of the day. But, you know, if you can keep this team and limit other players from killing you, you're doing all right. So 8:30 left to go in the halftime break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Break down some numbers from the first half. Mustangs up 27-20.
Hi, I'm TJ Oshie here at Marvin headquarters in Warroad, Minnesota.
The Lake Town way of life is appealing to so many people.
We've got a thriving school system, coffee shops, breweries, restaurants, and hockey is the hub of our community. We're probably the last place left in Minnesota where hockey is actually free.
The way Marvin supports the town supports Marvin is awesome.
There's opportunities for you, work hard, self-educate. The sky's the limit here at Marvin.
I think what makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
Hi, I'm Diana, and I work at Marvin. Working in manufacturing, not a lot of sitting, so it just makes your day go by faster. Belonging to Marvin makes me feel stable. 25 years. My kids were little when I started here in Grafton. Now I have a daughter that works here. She was one of the ones that pushed me to become the lead, pushed me to be the person that I am now. And I just see myself retiring here. If you're looking for an awesome place to work, come join me at Marvin.
There is no off-season for greatness. You do what it takes to stay in the game. And so do we. Our commitment is to keep you moving forward. Essentia Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. Like nowhere else.
manufacturing, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not sitting down, doing nothing, just flipping at a couple pieces of wood each day. We are building tomorrow's windows. We all know that each unit that we build makes a difference, not just for the customer, not just for the company, but for each other as well.
Welcome back. Mustangs lead at halftime 27-20. They've done a great job stealing some couple extra possessions defensively, really. And then they've played smart controlled basketball on both ends of the court, defensively and offensively. As we look at some stats, Tommy Oneman, he's leading the scoring for the Mustangs. He has 10.
And I bet 3 of them are on tip-ins.
Oh,
which
yes,
is
yeah.
Tremendous.
He's crashing the board. Well, almost all of them are off of just being in underneath.
Yeah, I think other than that little lob pass in where he was able to throw one off the glass, I think the other 4 off the offensive rebound.
Next leading scorer is Noel Olson with 6. He's done a really good job of just driving to the basket, getting to the line. He has converted from both shots from the free throw line. John Angu, he missed a couple shots early, but he got a 1-3 to fall. Barry Pinu coming in off the bench has 2 points. Sully Irie has 5 with a 3, and then Dylan Bile finishes up the scoring with 2 points off the bench.
Yeah, on the Shanley side, only 5 players in the scorebook, 3 of whom only made 1 field goal. And so Chrisman had a bucket. Wheelock had a 3. Let's see here. I think it was Hallcraft end up with 2 points as well. And not surprisingly, leading the scoring is Connor Kraft and Buchiri Hakeem. Hakeem ends up with just 4 points. You know, that's well off of his average on the season. You know, he is in the top 20 in scoring with 15.8 a game, so that's a great job on him. And, you know, the guy that we know, obviously, is going to get his is Connor Kraft, and he ends up with 11 points in the first half, which is a little bit more than on, you know, par for where he's at. But he's really had to struggle to get those. They haven't been done in the most efficient way. So kudos to the Mustang defense, holding the Deacons to 20 points. You know, I think if you're in the locker room right now and you're Tim Brandt, you say to yourself, we got 2 guys that we know we're going to score. We've limited them to some degree, and nobody else has beat us. So
exactly.
And I think they have to feel pretty good about that. Obviously, 20 points, tremendous effort defensively.
Like we said, now it's just time for these Mustangs to show that they can capitalize in the second half. They haven't really shown that. So that's what we're hopefully looking forward to in the second half is Mustangs lead by 7. Like you said earlier, Kraft's really been struggling from the field. It seems like he's getting not necessarily poor shots off, but they've been heavily contested down low. It looks like Deer's guarding them man-to-man, like you said, and then they're kind of doubling or trapping down low when he gets down low. So
yeah, if you're going to
defense by the Mustangs.
You know, a lot of his misses are at the mid-range area where you got to move to the right or to the left, especially when he's moving to his left off his weak hand. That's a tough shot to hit. I don't care what college level you're going to play at. If you can get a guy to commit to that shot and nothing better. And obviously he's a guy that can hit those shots. He's got 11 points. But if that's what you're going to make him do, that's a great defensive effort. So let's see if the Mustangs can finish this one out and Cheyenne can get the sweep after having won the first game. The girls obviously won their first match tonight. And kudos to Brenna Dick, who is now the single game record holder in Cheyenne history with 35 points this afternoon. Awesome job from Brenna.
Tremendous game. As we get underway, Shanley gets the ball, start out the second half. Leininger up top, past Chrisman.
Starting lineup back in for the Mustangs. That gets Bryce Kane at the top of the key. You don't see that very often.
Good defense there. Chrisman drives in. Has to kick out, swing.
Good job there by Bryce Kane, sliding across. And again, that mid-range, but that one doesn't drop. Again, if you got to be happy if you're going to get him to live with that.
Yep. Just in and out, pulled down by Caleb Deer. See Mustangs dish to Bryce Kane. Solieri's shot is off, pulled down by Connor Kraft.
Good pull for Irie on that one. He came across the screen ready to shoot right at the top of the key. That's definitely a shot that he can hit, but that one doesn't drop.
Good help from Bryce Kane down low. Hakeem dishes out to Jordan Leininger, and he hits it for 3.
I think that might be the first perimeter shot that anybody other than Wheelock has kind of hit tonight for the Deacons. As we see a jump ball.
Good drive by Olsen, can't convert, but
I think it'll stay with the Deacons, or stay with the Mustangs. Deacons got it at half here, so 4-point advantage for the Mustangs.
And inbound it, gets Solieri, drives in with the left hand. Oh, right idea there, just intercepted. Good defense there by Vachuri Hakeem. Intercepts the pass. As Wheelock shoots from 3 and nails it.
And that's a guy I told you, he can get hot. So we said at the break, it was going to be, can you stop those other guys from beating you? And just like that, Deacons come out, and 2 of the other guys
Angu shoots from 3 and converts. Good answer there from John Angu off of the 3.
And I love the assist, because the assist happens because you drive to the interior of the lane. Again, the kick out comes straight into the chest of Angu. Oh,
as Vachuri Hakeem slams it down. Noah Olsen got a little aggressive trying to jump that pass and led to a wide open basket for Hakeem to just slam it down.
And you see why he's a 3-star wide receiver recruit right now. His game elevated quite a bit during the football season, and he can elevate.
Off-ball foul, it appears. It'll be on number 0, Caden Chrisman. Gives Caleb Deere a little shove.
That happened behind the play. I didn't really see it happen. Probably one that Chrisman wishes he could have back or an explanation for, because that was well out of the play. Didn't need it to take place, and essentially kind of operates like a turnover.
So that'll be Perkowitz and Busick to check in.
So that's Perkeravich. That's another tough name for you. You thought you were struggling with Oneman.
Oh, geez.
Perkeravich's dad was a tremendous football player at the University of North Dakota. Won a national championship.
Looks like Wheelock.
Isaac is a running back on the football team.
Wheelock struggling a bit on the bench.
Ooh, ball gets poked out momentarily, but they're going to say too much hands.
Now we see Wheelock favoring a left knee there a little bit on the bench. As Connor Kraft gets the ball. Good defense to get it away from Kraft by Angu.
Hakeem with the kick out.
Good move there by Kraft, and 1. And that's why he is a Division I basketball player.
Well, and you see the thing on that play that unfortunately that the Mustangs weren't doing in the first half, and they closed out too hard. Kraft slipped through the first defender. Then the secondary help really didn't cut anything off. He gets all the way to the rim, and then at the end you make the foul. So fortunately for the Mustangs, he doesn't make the free throw.
It's tied 30-30. Poor pass again. Second half woes as good heads-up play by Noah Olsen, and goes up with the left hand, converts.
And that's what you're going to have to do. Nice job there by Noah Olsen. You have a play where, it gets sloppy on the inbound into the high post. Noah Olsen makes up for it just by a straight hustle play, steals it, and turns it into 2 free points.
Good pass there for Gravitz. Hakeem can't get that to fall.
Good defense there by Bryce Kane.
Mustangs just need to set something up, get a good shot off this one. As Noah Olsen shoots from deep. That's off, but it's rebounded by the Mustangs. Swinging it around, Noah Olsen on the wing. Cross court past Irie. Angu drives in. Ooh, maybe looked like a travel, but he'll throw that one away.
Yeah, a little sloppy on that left side. Unfortunately for Angu, is once he slipped through the lane, there was no recovery pass on the left-hand side. Both of the guys that he needed to pass to were right under the hoop. Didn't have an angle, threw it away.
Busick has the ball.
Mustangs sitting in a 2-3 now.
Kraft.
Got to come over a little bit quicker. You don't want Kraft to be pulling that one uncontested. Fortunate for the Mustangs that he doesn't hit it, but then if you do miss the threes and you're going to make them hit those shots, then you got to get that rebound. You know, it's tough to rebound in a zone if you don't go get a body.
Yep. Kane Olsen coming out of the game for Oneman and Bile. As Leininger shoots from 3, that's off. Good rebound by Caleb Deere, pulling it in with one hand. Good box out there.
Good jab step there by Deere. Loses the ball momentarily, and
good find.
Little errant on that pass.
But yeah.
So now that's we said, and you talked about it too. You know, pregame, turnovers. Can you win the turnover margin? That's 3 sloppy passes the Mustangs have made already in this half, where we turned it over, where it wasn't even a creation kind of turnover. You weren't creating a shot for somebody else. You just kind of made a mistake and turned it over, and that turns into an elbow jumper for the Deacons.
Also talked about winning that second half. So far, it's almost seeming like going back to second half woes of earlier in the season. They need to adjust as we see Caleb Deere drive in there.
Good tip out there by Oneman. Again on the offensive glass, Sully Irie not able to connect.
Busick brings the ball up for the Deacons. Kicks to Leininger, back to Busick. Keem disc to Leininger. Leininger from 3 again. And that's nothing but air for that shot. Ball goes out of bounds.
So the Mustangs had a nice little comfortable lead going into the second half. That has dissolved, but you know, one thing that you have to say to your kids, I'm sure Tim Brandt talks about this, is basketball is a game of runs. You got to sustain those. And then when the other team does it, you got to be able to keep calm and keep your head about you, because you'll get your run too. As we see a great move there by Oneman.
He's up and in. Good post move, utilizing that.
And he's at a really efficient day. I like what he's doing on the offensive glass, especially tipping the ball in, tipping it out. You know, winning the loose ball, as we see an errant pass there for the Deacons outside of the hand of Kraft.
Oneman not trying to do too much, just doing his job and doing well at that job. So 34-32, 11:45 left to play here in the second half. Mustangs are up. Deere battling for position down low. Good post move, goes up with the left hand. That's off. Pulled down by the Deacons. Kraft drives in right side, puts up a shot. Good defense by Irie. Kraft able to get his own shot in midair and put it back up.
Well defended on the initial attempt, but he's able to slide all the way through the lane and get his own offensive rebound, put it back in.
Good move there by Deere. Good find to Oneman, and that's swatted away by Connor Kraft.
Nothing wrong with Tommy Oneman on that play. That, you know, that's a guy going up, and the pass was just a little bit slow from the bounce from Deere, and not much Oneman could do. Great back cut there. Bile misses.
Busick on the wing. Get to Keem. Keem goes up with the left hand, gets the fall over Oneman. Good move there.
Got Oneman up in the air. Able to finish with his left. High post.
So Shanley takes the lead with that bucket. Ingu pulls up and connects.
You see what I'm talking about when he gets into that rhythm. You just see he's a shooter. The comfort when his feet are underneath him.
Just nice and smooth, good release.
Spins well.
Yep. Wheelock dishes down to Hakeem, back out to Wheelock. Goes up, good move with the right hand. Up and under.
Great move there by Wheelock. Putting the English on it on the right-hand side of the glass. That's what guards have to do. You know, he put it far enough to the right-hand side of that glass. No shot blocker could get in the way, and he spun it right in.
Deer pulls up from 3, just short. Rebound Kraft. Got a little fancy with that pass, almost tipped away.
And that's Perkaravich. Perkaravich is I watched Perkaravich play last year. He's really good on the baseline. You give him that 15-footer on the baseline, he's going to hit it with proficiency. Nice back cut.
Good find there. Good finish by John Angu. Wheelock brings the ball up the far side.
A lot of minutes played here without a break. Had a couple people at the scorer's table waiting to get in. We haven't had an opportunity.
Travel there called. Yep.
And there's the first whistle in a while. Bellbank Mortgage is proud to support the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. Rates are great, so if you're considering moving up or even becoming a homeowner for the first time, talk to the experts at Bell. We'll make you make home happen. Bellbank Mortgage, equal housing lender. Go Mustangs.
So that's Holcraft and Noel Olson checking in. Good defense there by Wheelock. Onman goes up with the left hand, finishes over Connor Kraft. Good move there. He's up to 14 points.
And I love the interior pass there. It got right to Deer. He goes right into the angle that he needs for Onman. Onman needs one dribble and puts it off the glass. Assist to Deer.
Team shot is short, pulled down by Noel Olson as he pushed at the court. Little miscommunication there by Sully Irie and Caleb Deer. That leads to a quick transition basket by Holcraft.
Unfortunate turnover there by Irie. You got to be a little bit smarter with the basketball. It's okay to pick it up and hold it and make sure your guy is open. Another bad pass. Angle was there. All he had to do was put some air on it. Good contest, but nobody there for the rebound.
Good defense again by Onman on 2 shots. And that's a charge called on Noel Olson. As we heard Tim Brandt yell, slow down.
I think
don't need to push it in that one situation.
Everybody in the room, even Noel Olson knew that Wheelock was setting up to take that charge. He just couldn't redirect his ankle to get out of the momentum. And Wheelock wears it in the chest, takes the turnover. So that's 3 possessions in a row. The Mustangs have turned it over, and they find themselves at a 2-point disadvantage. Good jab step there.
Holcraft looking for some space. Wheelock from 3. That's just off. Pulled down again by Tommy Onman.
Up ahead to Bile. Good hesitation there.
Baseline
and
drive
into the
and
rim.
one.
And they're going to say that was a great finish.
Fires up Coach Brandt on the sideline.
And I think you saw on the replay there, whether Wheelock was there in time or was kind of irrelevant. I know his heels were already on the line, so he was in the cylinder. There was no way that he could take a charge on that one. But it all started with Bile in the corner with slight hesitation, made it look like he was going to pull that corner 3. He gets by his first defender, goes all the way to the rim and finishes. Tim Brandt said pregame, he goes, I need guys to finish at the rim. He got one there.
He converts on the 3-point play. That'll give the Mustangs the lead back, 43-42, 7:30 left to play in the second half.
Little heavyweight match going. Who's going to throw the last punch? Who's going to knock him out? Back and forth, back and forth.
Holcraft on the far side. Tries driving baseline, but good defense by Noel Olson. Good defense again by Deer on Kraft.
Good job there by Dylan Bile on the close.
Ball was maybe tipped, but that's irrelevant. Tommy Onman gets the foul on. Maybe throwing a little elbow is.
Yeah, I don't.
The referee says
that's a tough one. You know, he's a tall kid. The ball came off. What do you ask him to do? The ball comes off short of the iron. He's got to go get it. You know, his hands are going to come up. I don't think there was anything dirty in that play. He certainly didn't look like he was throwing an elbow. Must have just caught Buchiri at a bad angle.
Busick just down to team. Back out to pulls up. Busick gets a shot to go.
Good midi there. Deacons retake the lead.
Back and forth as we see Zach Nile get his first minutes of the game. Deere drives in, good up and under, and a good finish by Caleb Deere.
And we like to see that, you know, the Mustangs getting to the rim here in an aggressive fashion. That was a great attack there by Caleb Deere.
Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Shanley's ball. Let's tip.
Best part of that drive there by Caleb Deere was there was no hesitation. When he got the ball, he was going to go to the rim. So the flow was already moving toward him. He cuts it back inside of that flow, gets all the way to the rim.
Good defense there by Niall.
Fortunate not to give one up. And
Good
great recovery there by Deere.
That is one thing I've noticed today for the Mustangs. They just seem like they're maybe adding a little more pep in their step.
Yeah, a little active. A little bit more active than what we've seen from them. As we've seen another drive by Dylan Bile. 3 in a row that they've gotten all the way to the rim. 2 by Bile and 1 by Deere. And now they have a 3-point advantage.
Usyk on the wing. That's Kraft. Kraft pulls up from the top. His shot's in and out.
Good win there by Vuciri.
And he's fouled and one. Fouls on number 22, Tommy Oneman. Vooch will go to line to shoot two. One. Excuse me.
Kane back in for the Mustangs with Oneman's third.
Another game for the Deacons, Jordan Leininger.
Really, at this point in the game, that foul probably isn't a huge factor in how things are working. I think Brandt just wants to talk to him a little bit about getting that offense or getting that defensive rebound, and then if you do have it, got to compete without fouling.
Hakeem shots off. Rebound pulled down by Niall.
So the Mustangs hang on to the 1-point advantage.
Good drive by Angu, but kicks out. Smart decision there as Bile gets the shot to fall.
Dylan Bile has really taken over the last 5 minutes of this game. He's been the X factor. 3 buckets, and one of them was an N1. So that's 7 points here in the last 4 or so minutes.
You look up top. To Leininger.
Oh.
Bryce Kane gets called on the push down low.
Yeah, I think, if Bryce slides just a half a step sooner, Vuciri might end up out of bounds there on that play. Just a little late on cutting off that baseline, and that gets Vuciri Hakeem to the free throw line, shooting the first bonus of the day. That's the 7th team foul on the Mustangs, and the Deacons only have 2. So, that could play out at both to the advantage and to the disadvantage of the Deacons not having fouled much here in the second half. If they have to get to a position where they're going to put the Mustangs on the line, you got 4 or 5 fouls you got to give up.
Another free throw is off by Hakeem. As Angu pulls up and hits it from 3. John Angu has found his rhythm this second half.
And again, you see it, the comfort. It's when he's comfortable with his feet, he is a knockdown shooter. So Mustangs extend the lead to 6 with 4:51 to go in the second half. We're going to take a quick timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Cheyenne's up 52-46. 4:51 left to play. And got an interesting stat over the break. Cheyenne leads this matchup 18-3.
There's only been 3 times in the history of Cheyenne High School that the Shanley Deacons have come out on top in the boys' side of this matchup. So, obviously this is a pretty one-sided matchup. These are Shanley is obviously a storied program. They have state titles under their belt, and they've had great players. Obviously coming under Tommy Kirchhoffner's reign here, he was the first and only head coach until this year that Cheyenne has ever seen. So that's that's a testament to him and his tenure, and obviously, you know, these last 5 years in particular, it's just been an incredible run by the Mustang boys, and the proficiency at which they have won basketball games over this last 5 or 6 years is just incredible. Let's see if Tim Brandt can keep that excellence moving here.
Busick up top, just the Kraft.
Good
110
jab.
seconds. Good defense there by Bryce Kane, but it's called a foul.
Hey, I like the competitiveness of Bryce Kane on that one. You know, it does get Kraft to the free throw line, but the way Kraft took off there, it looked like he wanted to hammer that thing, and Bryce said, no, 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 no.
Maybe Kane doesn't agree with that call as he's talking with the referee a bit.
He's asking a little bit about where the foul occurred. Did it body? Did I get him up top?
It's Connor Kraft's first shot misses, so. He's 1 for 2 from the line, so maybe not the worst foul in the world. Better than a slam dunk, that's for sure. Oh. Zach Nile getting a little excited.
Yeah.
Goes off the stands, but maybe not the best pass by Deere either.
Little hot.
Yep.
Quick turnover there. See if the Deacons can take advantage. Swings it to Wheelock. He looked for a 3 for a moment.
Leininger pulls up from 3. That's short. Ball tipped around.
Oh, jeez. And Deere's just got to be.
Yeah.
Oh, he's frustrated with that thing because he tips it twice and hoping to get it back to himself, goes right into the breadbasket of Vuccieri, and he's able to put it in. So now 3-point advantage.
Bile with the ball, pass to Nile. Cheyenne looking to get something going.
10 on the shot now.
Kicks it out to Deere. Deere pulls up from 3. Deere's shot off the backboard.
And that might be one of those things that you say to yourself, God, we did everything right in that possession. And then he throws in one off the glass from the corner.
Hey, the ball doesn't lie.
Ball doesn't lie, I guess. Oh,
that's
dribbles off his foot into the hands of Bile.
Into the face of Bile, it looked like. Good cut by Bryce Kane to the basket for 2.
Great read there by Bryce Kane. Runs right up the middle of the floor. Nobody home. Able to finish. And just like that, the Mustangs have extended their lead to 8. Does feel like the momentum has shifted toward the home team.
Leininger drives in with left hand, blocked by a host of Mustangs. Would be Shanley's ball. Kraft looking for some good defense by Deere. Gets the ball back.
Ooh.
Again, though, maybe it's better than an open look to basket.
It is, but you see Bryce Kane basically saying the exact same thing. Again, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I jumped straight up in the air. He came into my chest. But that is the 5th personal foul on Bryce Kane, so that ends his day after what turned out to be a pretty good offensive and defensive performance. You saw a big bucket from him there. He's been doing a good job on the interior defending too. So,
yeah.
But in comes Tommy Oneman, so it's nice to have 2 bigs at your disposal. Not a lot of teams throughout the state of North Dakota can replace 1 6'8" with another. So,
second shot is good. Timeout called by the Mustangs. 57-50. 3 minutes left to go. We'll take a short little break and be back soon.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Mustang fans, we want to take this time to thank Apex Engineering Group, who helps make this broadcast possible. At Apex, we build confidence before we build anything. Find out more at apexenggroup.com.
3 minutes to go. 57-50. We talked in the first half. How do you finish each half? That determines a lot of time whether or not your team is going to be successful throughout the season. Mustangs have 3 minutes to go to hang on to a 7-point advantage. Again, the defensive effort has been pretty good for the Mustangs here, only giving up 50 points to the Deacons, and only 20 points in the first half. So obviously we've seen a few more buckets from Shanley in the second half, coming from some of the players outside of Hakeem, outside of Kraft. But down the stretch here, they're going to have to find a way to score multiple players multiple ways.
Yep. So the Mustangs will get the ball to start.
Advantage here on the foul side is we have great play out of the timeout, but and a quick trigger, but
he nails it. Tim Brandt kind of rolls his eyes at that one as he was about ready to.
Woo. He looks back at the crowd saying, yeah, we drew it up for the layup, not for the corner three, but we'll take it, and that gets a 10-point advantage.
You can see Tim Brandt's soul kind of leave his body there for a second.
Great rebound by Hakeem, and he's able to answer.
Tommy Oneman on the foul.
And I think that's going to be his 4th foul, so that means that with Bryce Kane already out and Oneman now with 4, their next biggest guy, their interior presence, might end up being Caleb Deere, Dylan Bile.
And 1 is converted. That'll be a full timeout taken by the Shanley Deacons.
We'll stay here for this one. For 2:31 to go, both teams answer with 3 points coming out of the last timeout. Mustangs kind of in a well-designed play that end up getting broken, and Niall hits one from the corner. But great answer there from Buchiri Hakeem to get the end one. The thing that I want to talk about, Grant, is right now the Mustangs are now sitting at 10 team fouls. Deacons in the double bonus. Deacons only at 2 fouls, so they have a lot of fouls to give. They can be very aggressive defensively, try to poke a ball out, get a steal here or there. And the Mustangs have to be pretty careful, especially Tommy Oneman now with 4 fouls. Every foul for the last 2:30 is going to put them into the free throw line for 2 shots.
That is true. Shanley with 2 fouls puts them in a better position. The ability to, like you said, play more aggressive defense, and then also foul late when they need to. So that'll be interesting to see how that all plays out.
And if I'm Coach Irwin here, I'm probably saying, hey, it's okay to use a couple of fouls here in the next minute and a half, because if it comes down to, in the next minute or so, minute and a half left to go in the game, and we are at a 5-point game, 6-point game, we may want to put them at the free throw line. So you can't do that. You don't want them to waste. You don't want them to waste 30 seconds trying to pick up enough fouls to get him in the bonus. So go ahead and use a few here. Be smart about it. Don't do it when they're shooting. If you can poke them out or try to jump a passing lane, maybe in an aggressive sort of way, or see if you can knock something free. We'll see if that's what Irwin discussed with them. So
good job by Cheyenne to break that. So they get Niall.
They did leave him there for a second. There's that poke out.
Jordan Leininger goes up with the right hand and converts.
And there's the trap. We'll see if the Mustangs identify that trap and get running and flashing toward the basketball. Now we're getting
timeout taken by Tim Brandt.
8 seconds into the shot clock, so has to use a timeout. So 2:04. This time we will take a break. Join us, boys. It's going to be an interesting finish.
Hi, I'm Micah and I work at Marvin. I've been in the military for 8 years. I was a preventive medicine technician in the U.S. Navy, and so that translated over to working at Marvin and how can safety help make Marvin a better company. The culture working at Marvin is probably the best one I've worked with other than being in the military. Working together and caring about each other. You feel like you're part of the family at Marvin. Come work with me at Marvin. It's a great place to work.
So welcome back. It's 60-55. Cheyenne leads this ball game with 2:04 left as we saw Jordan Leininger poke that ball out from John Angu. And
that's a really big play there for the Deacons. Not only did it happen quickly, and you get the 2 points, no foul committed, and now the Mustangs have to inbound it here at the half line. They do obviously get to reset the 10-second. And so they shouldn't have any trouble getting it across. And that's an okay foul there by Wheelock. Again, that conversation probably by Irwin was go ahead and be aggressive, see if you can poke it out. Got to use a few here anyway. Now at 2 minutes to go, down 5. Tough spot to inbound it, but
gets it into Bile, good. Like I said, see Wheelock trying to poke that ball out. It gets it to Niall on the wing.
And Niall a little loose with it there. Fortunate to pick it up without turning it over. Bile hesitates at the 3. See who wants it down the stretch for the Mustangs, and now it's Niall with, again, kind of a loose hand on it.
Niall shoots from 3. That's hard.
Still not off the glass or off the iron. Great shot there by Deere just to get some iron and not expire the shot clock, but now Kraft goes all the way to the hoop.
Good finish by Connor Kraft at the basket.
So now it's only a 1-possession game, and a loose pass there by Deere is connected.
Timeout taken by Tim Brandt.
We'll stick around here for this one because now,
it's
let's just get into the mind of Tim Brandt. What are you saying over at the sideline now?
Well, really, it's, A, take care of the ball. We saw the turnover with Angu and maybe some poor passes, but take care of the ball. Try to wind down the clock. Convert at the free throw line. Don't play stupid defense either.
Yeah, and really, the first time or the last possession the Mustangs were down here, they did a pretty good job of using it. Maybe a little loose with the basketball a few times, but didn't turn it over. But you have to find a way within 10 seconds to get a shot where you're going to the rim. Make the Deacons commit a foul, get yourself to the free throw line, win it at the free throw line. A lot of kids on this team, with the exception of maybe Deere, haven't had a lot of varsity experience. Who down the stretch in a tight game wants the basketball and who wants to be the closer? That's the question that, Tim Brandt's going to be looking at right now. And I think that, he's probably designing something so that within 10 seconds, maybe get the ball at 10, if you're going into some type of double pick up top or a screen and roll with Tommy Oneman, somebody get into the hoop, get your matchup you like, somebody get into the hoop and see if you can get something to finish at the rim. And it's important that you finish. This isn't just wasting time now. You got to get a bucket. The Deacons are not going to finish this game with 57 points.
Yeah, like you said, who's going to be the closer for the Cheyenne Mustangs? Because earlier, blowouts, really. Not blowouts, but
haven't had to have that. Yeah, you haven't had to figure out that part of your season yet. And probably the same thing is true for the Deacons. Early in the season here, they probably know who their closer is. They probably have a couple of them, but it's probably definitely going to be Connor Kraft as we get a great find. But ball comes out. Dylan's trapped in the corner there, and he's got to use another timeout. Boy, fortunate that the Mustangs didn't turn it over on that high entry pass into Oneman.
That was a risky pass, but luckily quarterback Caleb Deere.
And we do need to point out the graphic that you're seeing on your screen. The timeout bug on our scoreboard is not working. So timeout situation is Mustangs with 1 and the Deacons with 1. So now, in a situation with 21 seconds on the shot clock, you probably don't want to burn that last timeout. You might need it down the stretch. So last 10 seconds, 15 seconds or so in the game, you might need to turn that timeout into avoid a turnover or maybe even to turn it into offense if things turn the wrong direction. So a lot of game left, Grant.
57 Cheyenne, still up by 3, 107 left to play.
Well, first-year head coach for, he has been a head coach before, of course, but first-year head coach for the Deacons, first-year head coach for the Mustangs and Tim Brandt. Hey, this is where you are earning your salary because how efficient you can be down the stretch is going to be the difference.
Good find there by Caleb Deere to Zach Niall. As you see, Wheelock playing good defense, and Dylan Bile just dribbles out of bounds. That's an ill-timed turnover right there for the Mustangs.
All that said, keep your head about you. You're still up 3. Shanley is probably smart to go all the way to the hoop, shooting the double bonus here because you are multiple possessions here, opportunity.
Connor Kraft drives left side, puts up a shot, short, tipped around a bit, blocked by Tommy Oneman. but referee says it's a foul.
And that is a huge call in this basketball game because that puts Chrisman at the line.
That's Oneman's 5th.
And that is Oneman's 5th foul. So that means both bigs are now out. Certainly the coaching staff is going to use all the time that they can in the world here, 30 seconds, to decide how you're going to do this. And off the bench comes Riley Rahr, who hasn't even seen the floor. Our own Mustang Media Riley Rahr. Heck of a player, though.
Heck of a golfer, too, huh?
Heck of a golfer. And, you know, I like the call because he's also a dagger. So they haven't seen him on the floor. You might think that he's in there just to play defense. You leave that guy open, he's going to snipe you. So 40 seconds to go. That's a big miss.
Chrisman 1 for 2 at the line.
And almost again another turnover by Nile. He seems to be struggling to hold on to the basketball. Little trap there.
Good pass
gets
there by
Deere
Andrew.
up front.
Oh, tipped out of bounds by Hakeem. That was a dangerous pass. Luckily, it was tipped out of bounds.
I talked a lot about this in the first game. Bucieri goes with his left hand and not his right hand on that one. That is a steal.
Yep.
He slaps that basketball off the ground. It does not go out of bounds, but he steals it with his right hand. And unfortunately for him, that means
he
that
was fouled hard there by Hakeem.
Still have 2 fouls to give before the Mustangs are going into the bonus. So I would assume that they're going to use them here. Shot clock is now off. So the Mustangs theoretically would be able to run out the clock, and he's got a foul here. I'm not sure why he's not fouling.
There's the foul.
Yeah, and you see Coach Irwin talking to him there. Every second is precious at this point in the game. Know what you're doing. Now it's at 6 team fouls, I believe. Maybe they haven't moved that. Maybe it is only 5 team fouls. You should be fouling right here right away.
Doesn't. Oh. Luckily, Cheyenne was able to get a foul called.
Okay, so that is the 6th team foul now. So now with 20 seconds to go, you want the ball in the hands of your best free throw shooter. You have some good free throw shooters on the floor right now. That is certainly one of them. But you probably want to put that guy on the line since he hasn't been in the game.
Probably, but
he is a clutch shooter, that's for sure. So if he puts these 2 in, that does put the Mustangs up by 2 possessions. With 1 timeout to go, I would assume Shanley's just going to inbound it quick, try to get all the way to the rim. He hits his first.
Good. Cheyenne crowd pumped up with that one. 16.7 seconds left to go. Cheyenne is up by 3.
You see Irwin over there talking to Wheelock, telling him, hey, this is what we want to do.
Second one can't go.
Rebound does get into the hands of Shanley. They are down 3.
Timeout called.
So Irwin gets it across the half line. 9.4 to go. We'll take our last break of 2022. When we come back, we're going to have a great finish to this one.
Welcome back. 9.4 seconds left to go in this one. Cheyenne up by 3. Shanley's ball. Whew.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was looking up 9.4 seconds. That was the last time out by Shanley, so they don't have the option really of extending the basketball game but try to get a quick bucket. You got to hit a 3 here. You know, if they were able to put in a quick one, the Mustangs essentially can run 5 seconds off the clock by not touching the basketball. So really, that could be the end of the game. So we'll see what they draw up for a 3-pointer. This one's going to come to Wheelock on a wheel.
Kraft pulls up, shoots, and that's no good. Cheyenne wins this one, 61-58. Holy, what a game.
What a game and what a finish there by the Mustangs. Had a lot of things that they had to figure out down the stretch. Great job, Tim Brandt, figuring things out with two of his bigs on the bench fouled out, and he's able to get a D1 player to take an off-balance three off of a timeout.
Great defense by Cheyenne.
Great defense and a great win.
Yeah, really, it is. This is their first game where they've really been tested down the stretch, and to pull this off has to be a confidence boost.
And we talked about it in the girls' game, but obviously what you're looking for is can you use those early games as learning tools? They don't mean much in the grand scheme of things. This is Class A basketball. You're going to get a playoff game down the stretch. Where you sit in seeding, lot of games left to determine that, but the reality is you won a basketball game that was contested start to finish tonight, and you beat a good basketball team with good basketball players on it. So this is an important win for the Mustangs.
Huge win.
Those early games, you've put them to bed. You're going to enter 2023 with a win over the Shanley Deacons, and now you can start saying, what roles does everybody have? How are we going to advance this team moving forward? And you got to feel like this team, when they said, hey, we got to be good at keeping the basketball, winning the turnover margin, was there some sloppiness down the stretch? Certainly. Those things can be cleaned up. Good win.
Great win. And this kind of ties into one of our keys of the game, the trust aspect. It's like, hey, especially when like one game where it went down to the wire like this, we trust. Now we can trust in each other. We can trust in people coming off the bench, as you saw Riley Rahr coming off the bench. And we can trust in our coaches, especially when you have a first-year head coach. There might be a little apprehension to trust in that and buy into all of it. But now once you see that, hey, it paid off. We have 2 wins now. You start over after the Christmas break. It's a big confidence boost to the whole squad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we talked a little bit about the extra pass, and you saw that more from the Mustangs tonight. John Engel was able to hit a couple threes. Those were usually the recipients off of a kick out, and you saw some good post-interior defense by both Bryce Kane and Tommy Oneman. Probably a question for Tim Brandt was, how do I use these 2 bigs? What minute? What combination? And he's starting to figure some of those things out. So good team victory here for the Mustangs, 61-58. If you were going to give a player of the game ball to, who would you pick?
I don't know. It's close between, I feel like, either Tommy Oneman or potentially Bryce Kane, just because the 2 were just so consistent. You look at the last 2 fouls for Bryce Kane, they were so fouls. Just good staying in there straight up, good basketball, good cut to the basket. But I'd probably say Tommy Oneman, just because he's Mr. Consistent. He had around 15 points. He had a handful of rebounds, handful of blocks, contested shots. He's really just the person that is consistent all around, every game, every possession, plays smart basketball. He's just, I'd say Tommy Oneman.
Yeah, some complementary players to that too as well. Dylan Bile had the run where he had 7 points in about 4 minutes stretch. One thing that might get overlooked on the stat sheet here is Caleb Deere too. He hasn't, this maybe wasn't offensively the greatest game that you've ever seen him play, but he defended in man situations. Connor Kraft really well the whole night. Is Connor going to score? Of course he's going to score. And so I think that cannot be overlooked in a 61-58 victory where really the tempo was probably something that Shanley liked. And in the end, the Mustangs were able to win at that speed.
So Mustangs are able to pull off this one, 61-58. It was an intense, down-to-the-wire game. Good win from Tim Brandt and the coaching staff and all the players here.
Last thing, I want to remind you, hey, subscribe to all our socials. Riley Rahr is our social media director. He hit the crucial free throws down the stretch. So, hey, give him some love. Join us on Facebook at Mustang Post. Join us on Instagram at Mustang.post. And join us on Twitter at Mustang Post as well.
So for this one, Mustangs win 61-58. I'm Grant Knodel.
And I'm Aaron Knodel.
For the rest of the staff here at Mustang Media, we're done.
Enjoy your New Year's.
king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they got one the name, but they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king. Make way for the big shots, big balls, big rings, big rocks, big bag, big moves, big cars, big man, big plan, get lost, we've been this wrong. Look at me now, they can't hold me down, so give me the crown. We're not the same, we're not